the final strains of our national anthem this evening. And that means it's time for hockey as the Indy Fuel gets set to take on the Rapid City Rush. The Fuel are in their cream-colored home sweaters with black sleeves, black pants, gold and red trim on the hems and the sleeves, and cream-colored socks. The Rush are in black sweaters with red shoulder yokes, white numbers, white and red trim, black pants, black socks. Our referees tonight are Jack Young and Rocco Stakoviak. Our linesmen are Will Anderson and Tyler Willey. Indy will begin the game with Harrison Israels in between Sahil Panwar and Lee Lapide, Matt Petgrave and Nick Grima on D. The goaltender is Mitchell Weeks, playing his first game with the Fuel since opening night. Rapid City will counter with Brett Davis in between Ryan Chazowski and Chaz Smedzrud. And the D pairing of Chase Pauls and Mitchell Smith. Smith is playing his first game in a while. October 25th was his last outing. Fuel moving from left to right as you picture this rink in your mind's eye. And the puck is down and away we go on this Wednesday night in Indy. Puck played behind the Rapid City goal. They nearly turn it over on the breakout, but are able to spray it all the way down, and it goes all the way down in this freshly resurfaced ice, and therefore goes for an icing. So 12 seconds in, we have the first whistle.
Something that Coach Duncan Dalmayo obviously mentioned in the pregame is just having a solid first 5, first 10, and we know that scoring first is really important for the Fuel. They're 4-1 when getting that first goal, so obviously asserting dominance and speed and netting that first one has proved to be powerful for the Fuel this season.
Davis wins the defensive zone draw. Pauls tried to set it behind his own goal, but ran into Sahil Panwar on second effort. The Rush able to work it out as far as neutral ice, but it's taken there by Nick Grima. Takes it back into the zone behind the Rapid City net. Funnels it up to the plate for Petgrave, who fires a bullet just wide from just inside the left point. Ryan Chazowski, high flip. Weeks lets it go to the end boards. And the puck squirts into the far circle in the Fuel end and is played out to center. Xavier Bernard, the former Fort Wayne Comet, will wind it in. He'll ride the dasher all the way around the carousel over to the far side where Wilkie tries to take it a goal. Backhander ends up being deflected over the net. Petgrave lost a glove. And so, matter of fact, lost both of his gloves, so he's going to head to the bench for a change. Nick Grima will bring it up across his own line. Short pass ahead, Lombardi will redirect it in the right wing corner of the Rapid City end. Robinson, left corner, Tucker, sends it back the direction it came. Chris Cameron can't hold it in as he tried to race over and pick it up at the line. And so Rapid City gains possession. Bennett give and go with Wilkie. The return pass a little too far, and Christian Berger scrapes it to the corner. The Rush back off as Berger takes the puck. Cameron headmans to Lombardi. He'll redirect it in behind the net. And the Fuel will get a 5-man change. We played 100 seconds. Billy Constantino starting the breakout for the Rush. His pass ahead for Wilkie redirected into the left wing corner of the Fuel end. Will Ennis takes it there. Runs into Matt Petgrave's glove that's sitting on the ice at the end boards. And the puck wouldn't go with him. There's also a stick at the side of the net as well that I believe is Petgrave's.
He lost everything.
Dustin Mans will sweep it in behind the Rapid City net. Jordan Martin in on the forecheck. Marcusan delivers a hit, and now Mans does. Marcusan takes the puck, feeds Martin bottom of the left wing circle, but he redirected it wide as the puck comes up to Holden Whale. Along the right elbow, Mans shoots, save, rebound loose at the top of the crease, but Marcusan couldn't find it. Ratzlaff gets it out of harm's way for Rapid City. Fighting into the left wing corner for the Rush. Takes it behind the goal. Now Bravely Wood loses the puck to Will Ennis. He'll just flip it out to center. Chase Pauls grabs it there for Rapid City. D to Smith. Lob in on goal. Weeks will glove it. And we'll have a whistle with 17-19 to go in the opening period. No score, and now Matt Petgrave can go get his gear because there's 2 gloves and a stick all sitting on the ice behind the Fuel goal line.
Well, the last time these two teams played together was in the 2020-21 season. They played 16 times together. That's the last time they saw each other. Obviously, it was a mix of shutouts for both teams, but what I found interesting is that in the 6-game total, there was 134 penalty minutes. So things were feisty before this team, but I know playing 5-on-5 is going to be key for the field this time around.
That Rapid City team could play physical.
Yes.
As the puck comes out to center, and Brett Moravec will wind it in. Goes through both corners over to the right wing boards, up to the point for Nick Grima. He'll send it back in deep all the way around the carousel to Petgrave. He shoots from the left point, and a save made by Murphy. Connor Joyce hooks it back up to the left point for Petgrave. D to Grima. He'll wrist one wide. Pauls takes it off the bottom of the cage. Puck chipped up the boards. Interrupted briefly by Petgrave, but on second effort, the Rush work it out to center. Ryan Chizowski, nice lateral pass. Smedzrud across the line. His shot blocked by Petgrave into the corner. Those two in the puck go after into the corner, but the Fuel end up with possession. Jaden Joseph will skate through center. Across the line, feeds Panwar. Tried a second feed to Lapide, but that was broken up by Rapid City. They can't clear the zone, however. Bernard below his own goal line. Sends it up the boards. Taken away by the Fuel. Berger across Cameron. Has all kinds of room. Fires a slap shot save. Lapide puts the rebound back on goal, but a toe save made by Murphy. Cameron has it. Tees one up from the right point, and a blocker save made by Murphy. Bennett takes the rebound at his own blue line and just works it through center to play it into the Fuel zone and relieve the pressure. The Fuel end up missing on an outlet pass, but icing is waved off. Constantino turns his goal. Drops it off for Bennett. Wearing an alternate captain's A for the Rush. Leaves it for the D. Bernard headbands through the neutral zone. Wagner, who's currently 5th in the league in points, sends it in up the right side. The Fuel send it right back out. Will Ennis joining the Rush across center red. High flip into the right wing corner into the Rapid City end. Tucker goes in after it on the forecheck. Comes up to the point. Holden Wales shoots. Robinson with a deflection just wide. Robinson retrieves it in the corner. Brings it out to the top of the right wing circle. Works it low for Tucker. Try to return feed for Robinson, but that was broken up by Mike Van Unen of Rapid City, and the Rush bringing it the other way. Maybe a 3-on-2 across the line, and they bring it in on goal, and Wood is shut down. Positional save, Mitchell Weeks. Sent around for Bennett along the left wing boards. He takes a check from Whale, and Owen Robinson takes the puck. He'll spin it around. Tucker backhands it back to the Rapid City line. Van Unen will pick it up there for the Rush. Quick feed ahead to Wood. Up the left side. His shot blocked, but it pinballs around in the slot as they hit a couple of bodies. But Dustin Mans comes away with it. Ahead to Marcus in. Across the line with Jordan Martin. Into the right wing corner. It comes for Martin. He'll bat it back up the boards for Mans. His shot from along the right wing wall is shut down by Murphy. Here come the Rush the other way. Fighting into the left wing corner. He stood up by Grima. Puck rimmed around. Taken back. Pauls up top for Wood. Back to Pauls, right wing half wall. Sends it toward the goal, and they score. Matt Hubbard got loose at the bottom of the right wing circle, and Rapid City just cycled the puck. And Hubbard just took it on the backhand. I think that surprised Weeks because normally in that position you expect a guy to settle the puck and take it to the forehand. He just took it on the backhand and just fired it and beat Weeks cleanly stick side.
And that comes after some really good, strong entry pressure by the Fuel, out shooting Rapid City 5-3. You cannot let this goal dwindle you down. You're just one goal back. Keep it a one-goal game. Find the equalizer pretty fast.
Yeah, and so for Matt Hubbard, that is his first goal of the season. And his first career goal as well as a pro, rookie out of Alaska Fairbanks. Played a few games for Iowa last year. Hubbard with the goal. Pauls and Wood with the assist. Fuel's Connor Joyce tried to play it up the boards, but it hit the referee. And the Rush gained possession. Chizowski across the line to Davis. And then he lost possession. Moravec hops on it. He'll just chip it into the Rapid City end. Go for a change. 13:33 to go in the opening period. 1-0 Rapid City. Chizowski shot deflected wide. Israels drops it off back for the D. Holden Whale takes the feed from Ennis. Steers it up the right side for Lee Lapide, but he redirected it in from the wrong side of the red line, so icing is the whistle.
then since Rapid City did get the first goal, them when scoring first are 3-2. So Rapid City has found success at the field when allowing the first goal. They are 0-3-1, so they are winless when allowing the first goal.
Puck is controlled by the Rush off the attacking zone. Face-off. Wagner into the middle for a one-time attempt by Wilkie, but his stick was lifted, and he couldn't get the shot off. Indy exits the zone. Panwar up the right side, poked off of his stick, but Lapide's the next layer, and he'll gain the line. Lapide tried a backhand feed across the slot for Panwar, but that was intercepted by Rapid City. Constantino through the neutral zone. Wagner across the line, sends one goalward while being checked by Holden Whale. And Wilkie takes the puck for the Rush. Tries to sit it behind the goal for Bennett, but that's taken away by Panwar. And Harrison Israel's able to bring it out of the zone. Tried to go 1-on-2 across the Rapid City line. It was poked free from him. Constantino takes it for the Rush. Wagner flips it into the left wing corner and the Fuel ends. Rapid City has to tag up, so a free out coming for the Fuel. Here's Matt Petgrave across his own line. Now curls back and steers it ahead to Lombardi. Into the Rapid City zone. Tries to take it down toward the corner. Working with Bergmanis, and Bergmanis is able to win that battle. Hubbard, the goal scorer, takes the puck. Bergmanis across the line. Fighting kicks it forward, but it's played off of his stick, and here comes Nick Green the other way. Long feed ahead. Tucker's got a step on the knee. He takes a shot, but Murphy was able to get a stick on it. Didn't get much of it, but he got enough to keep it out of the net. Now the puck comes up to the point. Chris Cameron stabs at it, sends it down the right wing boards toward the corner. Lombardi will wheel it around. Martin tried a tip pass for Berger. That was a dangerous pass as it almost got picked off at the line. Marcusan battling for it in the left wing corner. Further along for Martin. He shakes his way free of a check, brings it to the outside of the circle, then spins off a check again, still on the puck. Jordan Martin behind the goal. Marcusan puts it out in front. Save made. Rebound loose at the side of the cage. Marcusan gets to it. That was a heck of a save by Murphy on Mans. Mans has it at right wing boards. Brings it up to the point. Cameron will shovel it into the right wing corner. Martin takes a hit. Marcusan takes the puck, looks to center, but it's blocked behind the goal by Fight. Comes into the left wing corner. And as Christian Berger tried to chip it toward the goal, it ramped off of a stick and ended up going out of play. 11:05 to go in the first period. Rapid City has scored first on the goal by Matt Hubbard. It is 1-0 Rush. This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
Fuel fans, don't let plumbing problems freeze you out this winter. Control Tech has been your trusted home comfort team for more than 40 years, offering heating, cooling, and plumbing solutions. Right now, get $50 off any plumbing service when you mention the Indy Fuel. Call Control Tech at 317-873-3737 today and reboot your home comfort.
When you're dealing with a sports injury, getting back out there is the first thing on your mind. We know the feeling. Our sports medicine team cares for thousands of student athletes across central Indiana. In addition to physicians and athletic trainers, you'll have access to experts in physical therapy, imaging, and more. And with convenient locations near you, we help make healing as simple as possible. Learn more at ecommunity.com/sports. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Now back for more Indy Fuel Hockey action.
It's been an action-packed first half of the first period as the Indy Fuel trail Rapid City 1-0 despite outshooting the Rush 7-3. Along with Eva Holman, I'm Andrew Smith. First of 3 games between these two teams this week. Friday night and Saturday night, 7 o'clock face-offs. Get your tickets at IndyFuelHockey.com or Ticketmaster.com. And, of course, you can still secure your season tickets, full and half season tickets, mini packs as well, by calling 317-925-FUEL. Rush control the defensive zone, draws Smith in his own end. Chips it up the boards out to center, Ryan Chizowski. Will feed it in deep. Week stops it behind his own goal. Smedzerin in on the forecheck, comes up to the point for a shot from Chase Pauls that Week's got a piece of, and deflected to the corner. Puck sent to an open wing at center. Jaden Joseph hops on it. He'll sit it behind the goal. Moravec in on the forecheck, as is Joseph. It's chipped past them to an open wing for Pauls. Connor Joyce in to try to keep it alive. And Holden Whale does. Sends it toward the slot, but the only guy there is Smith for Rapid City, and he'll play it out to center. Ennis sends it right back in toward goal. Glove down to the air by the Rapid City goaltender, Connor Murphy. Now Chase Pauls will start the breakout a little more slowly than the crowd here would like, and starts it up the left side to Smith. Back to Paul straight away. Headman's to the fuel line, shoveled into the Indy zone by Wilkie up the left side. And it's taken away from Israel's. Panwar is able to get it back, springs it out to center Lapete. Up the right side, he'll go after it himself in the corner, deliver a hit on Bernard. Panwar takes the puck, looks to center, but it banks off of Wilkie's leg and comes back to the boards. Rapid City clears the zone. Matt Petgrave, we're on the alternate captain's A. Ahead to Grima, rink-wide pass through the neutral zone to Tucker. Works on Constantino up the left side. Drop pass for Lapede behind him. Now Rapid City may have numbers the other way. 2-on-2 now across the line. Bernard with Bennett. He stops, waits for reinforcements, turns, fires, and it goes high. Cameron sweeps it over to the far boards. A little bit too far for Lee Lapede. Comes out to center. Constantino will settle it down there. This Rapid City team's always looking for the stretch pass. And now they play it in deep, go for a change. Christian Berger up the left side through the neutral zone. Pass hops off a Robinson stick. Fighton takes it. He goes down, but is able to work it ahead to Hubbard. He centers, but behind Wood. Puck taken off the boards. Van Unen holds it in and plays it behind the goal. Christian Berger and Chris Cameron battling for it behind the net. It's still loose, a four-man battle. A couple of guys go down on top of each other. The puck's underneath them. Jesse Tucker, now another guy goes down. That's Fighton. It finally squirts out of that battle to the Fuel's Christian Berger, and he'll chip it out to center. Robinson banks it forward. It's grabbed there by Briley Wood of the Rush and sent right back in. 8:35 to go in a rapidly moving first period. 1-0 Rapid City. Jordan Martin will redirect it in deep. Van Unen grabs it off the corner boards. Absorbs a hit from Martin, but able to move the puck to Chizowski. Nice tape-to-tape pass to Davis. Spring in the zone. 2-on-2 across the line. He stood up by Joseph, but Smith is the next layer. He takes the puck and fires one over the net. Chizowski has it along the left wing boards. Fires it across corner, dump into the right wing corner, where it's taken off the boards there by Holden Whale. And Dustin Mans will redirect it into the Rapid City zone. The goaltender, Murphy, headbands it out to center for Chizowski. Marcus in on the back check, comes to Smedzrud, and somehow his shot leaks through Mitchell Weeks and finds its way into the back of the net, and Rapid City leads it 2-0. Well, Fuel got caught up ice, but that's one Mitchell Weeks is going to want to have back. Yeah, it's just a clean shot from the board. Smedzrud fired, and it went right through the 5-hole and ended up in the net, and the Fuel have some work to do because they're down 2.
And what I was going to mention, obviously, aside from this has been a really quick, fast-paced period, as you look at the Mountain Division, and Rapid City has the same amount of points as the Fuel does, but they're 8th in the Mountain. So you might be thinking, oh, 8th in the Mountain, they're not that good. That Mountain Division is fully stacked.
Yeah, here's a feed in front. Moravec redirects it from the top of the blue paint on goal, and Murphy has been dialed in so far, and he makes the stop. That was a good play by Joseph, Joyce, and Moravec to create a really good scoring chance right after giving up the goal, but it ends up being held out. And Murphy's been really good when he has needed to be. And that last goal, I think that's one that Mitchell Weeks would like to have back. Murphy actually got an assist on that because it was his outlet pass to Chizowski that started that whole rush. Back to action, Joyce brings it across the Rapid City line. Drop pass, Joseph up the left side, across Joyce, his shot blocked. Bernard sold out to block that shot and break up a promising rush. Up the far side, Matt Petgrave forces his man wide. That was Ryan Wagner. And Petgrave then takes the puck behind his own goal. Up the right side, Moravec. Stood up by Bernard. Can't get the puck out of the zone on second effort. Moravec does. And Matt Petgrave moves it forward to Joyce. He'll gain center red and send it in deep to allow his team to get a 5-man change. Shots are 8-4 in favor of the Fuel, but the goals are 2-0 in favor of Rapid City. And I wonder if that goal by Weeks was just a case of just not having seen a whole lot of game action this season. It just couldn't squeeze the 5-hole. One of the linesmen has gone down as he got tangled up with a player. Fuel clear it into the Rapid City zone. Ratzloff, rink-wide feed for Fighting, a little too far. And it's grabbed by Christian Berger. Cameron across to Lapede. Headman's into the neutral zone. A pass from Panwar to Israels did not connect as it was broken up by Bergmanis of Rapid City. Cameron sends it forward. Bergmanis gets the next touch, so we play on as Cameron batted that out of the air with his glove. 6:13 to go first period, 2-0 Rapid City. Cameron tried to feed it through the neutral zone. It's taken by Lee Lapide after hitting a couple of bodies. He'll fire one wide of the cage from center ice. The Rush play it up the boards, loose at the blue line, grabbed by Kevin Lombardi. He looks to send it across, some friendly fire as Bergmanis redirected it on goal, and Murphy, the goaltender, had to pluck it out of the air. 5:55 to go in the opening period. 2-0 Rapid City, and this is Indy Fuel Hockey.
Dr. David Moody and Dr. Kevin Boyd with Gallagher Chiropractic Group are the official chiropractors for the Indy Fuel. With multiple professionals and decades of experience, we are able to offer a level of expertise and knowledge that is world class. Our office provides chiropractic, nutrition, decompression therapy, and massage therapy. To schedule an appointment, contact us today by phone or text at 317-571-1480 or GallagherChiroGroup.com.
At Abrams Eye Care, our skilled team of ophthalmologists, optometrists, opticians, and professional staff strive to treat our patients with the greatest efficiency, professionalism, and kindness. Each of our 3 Abrams Eye Care locations desire for you to enjoy a lifetime of visual health and wellness. We take pride in our excellent patient satisfaction rating and our reputation as one of the most comprehensive eye care groups in central Indiana since 1950. We are honored to be the official eye doctor for the Indy Fuel and Fisher's Freight. Visit our new Abrams Eye Care location in Carmel.
Don't miss a second of the action. This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
Never miss a goal from your team again with FloHockey. You'll have access to all live events this season. Visit FloHockey.tv to catch all the action and archive footage of this event. That's FLOHockey.tv.
She is Eva Holman. I'm Andrew Smith. The Indy Fuel trailing Rapid City 2-0 in the beginning of this 3-game series. The Rush springing the zone. Paul's purposeful pass from the neutral zone off the corner, but it's cut off by Nick Grima. Tucker tried to play it backwards for Will Ennis, but that was a dangerous pass as it nearly got picked off in the Fuel's defensive slot. Indy's able to play it in deep. Lombardi wins a puck battle. Up to Chris Cameron on his offside. Shoots through traffic. Save, rebound, score! Chris Cameron fired from the point. Murphy made the save. There was all kinds of traffic in front. The rebound sat in the crease, and Owen Robinson put it home. And the Fuel are on the board. They've cut the deficit to 2-1.
That is Owen Robinson's 4th goal of the season. His last point was the empty netter goal against Bloomington last Saturday. So happy for him to continue now on a 2-game goal streak. Owen Robinson, someone that we've seen a lot of promise in end of last season and this season now especially. Way to put us on the board late in the first.
And it's just Robinson jamming at the puck after Chris Cameron shot it from the point. Hey, throw the puck at the net. Get pucks and bodies to the net. Good things happen. Now Christian Berger will feed it in. Marcusan takes a hit, comes over to the left wing corner. Jordan Martin leaves it for Mans. Behind the goal, Marcusan loses his edge, but Martin is the next layer. Hops on the puck back to Marcusan in the right wing corner. He's able to work it free. Takes it in the left wing corner now. Cycles it deeper for Mans. He'll sweep it around to Berger along the right wing boards. Takes it to the corner. Looked backhanded into the slot, but his feed for Mans picked off by Bennett. Now the Rush on the rush the other way. Here's a feed in front. One-timer from Wilkie, shut down by Weeks. Comes up to the point. Constantino walking the line. Feeds it across to Bernard. Tees up a slap shot. Save Weeks. The rebound tumbled out of his glove right to Christian Berger. He'll backhand it out to center. And it's taken there by Hubbard as the Fuel are changing. 4:13 to go first period. 2-1 Rapid City. Here's Hubbard winding his way through the neutral zone, then absorbs a hit from Grima, and Joyce takes the puck. Drops it off for the D. Grima will start it behind his own goal. Fan out to the right side. Skated out to center. Headman it to the line. Joyce on second effort. Bats it into the right wing corner. Moravec giving chase. Ratzlaff able to take the puck away from him and work it out to center. Here's Hubbard. Up the left side, Briley Wood. Across the line. Feeds it in front. Petgrave ended up stopping it, redirecting it in on his own goaltender. And Mitchell Weeks making the stop with 3:44 to go in the opening period. We mentioned Parker Retzloff. And he started his college career playing a different sport. He was a linebacker for the University of Wisconsin. He was a 4-star recruit in football coming out of high school. Played a couple of years, a few games for the Badgers, and then decided, you know what? I'm going to try my hand at hockey. He ended up transferring to St. Thomas and playing his last couple of years of hockey for the Tommies, and now playing pro hockey for the Rapid City Rush. So the size and strength and speed you need as a football player certainly translates to hockey. Here's Panwar across the line, stealing a pass, feeds Lapide. His shot blocked wide. Lapide gets back to it, but as he tried to send it goalward, it was again blocked into the corner. Riley Wood through center. Panwar on the back check. Israels delivers a hit. The puck squirts over to Will Ennis in the corner, and he and Israels are able to work it out to center. Israels had it at his feet and had no idea where it was. The pass through the neutral zone was spiked off of a fuel stick wide of the Rapid City cage. Smith will pick it up there. Short pass ahead to Davis with some speed through the neutral zone. Smedzrud tried a return feed for Davis coming down to the slot. Pass was behind him. Fuel looked to spring it the other way. Good stick by Smith. Breaks up a long headman feed looking for Lombardi. The Fuel bring it in. Petgrave sends it wide from the left wing boards. Lombardi has it along the right wing boards. Shoots through traffic. Goes wide, rebound, comes off the inboards toward goal. Backhanded on by Robinson. And the save made by Connor Murphy. And he'll cover to get a whistle. Well, the Fuel are buzzing right now. They have made life busy for Connor Murphy in the Rapid City net, but so far have only been able to solve them once.
And Chris Cameron getting an assist on Owen Robinson's goal. That is now his 3rd point in the first 10 games of the season. And I know when I talk to him, he's like, I'm not a known point scorer. I don't really get points that often. But this is the 3rd time that he has gotten 3 points in the first 10 games. Happened in the 22-23 season, 23-24, and now this season.
And Lombardi had the 2nd assist. And now he has the puck, shoots, deflected over the net. It hit the pile in front, and I think Matt Petgrave got the deflection, and that just missed the crossbar. So Lombardi now with a 6-game scoring streak as he got the 2nd assist on the Owen Robinson goal. Rush play it into the left wing corner. Petgrave backhands, puts it right on a tee for a shot and a goal. Ryan Chizowski says thank you very much as an errant breakout pass stolen by him at the goal line, and then he puts it right past Mitchell Weeks, and it's 3-1, and it has been a game where the Fuel have roundly outplayed Rapid City, but 3 mistakes have all ended up in the back of the net.
And this is not the first time that the Fuel have allowed a goal with about 2 minutes left remaining of a period. It's unfortunately becoming a bad habit now for the Fuel, something that needs to be fixed rather quickly.
Chizowski just took it right to the goal and had a turnaround shot and ended up beating Weeks 5-hole from point blank range, but a turnover right on the goal line, and it's just a place you can't cough the puck up. And so now the Fuel again with work to do. The way they've been buzzing, if they can keep the puck out of their own net, they're going to be fine. But the problem has been keeping it out of their own net here so far, as Indy has given up more goals in this, 3 times as many goals in this period as they had in the last 2 games combined. And the Rush play it in deep. Wilkie sends it around to Bennett. Bennett's shot from along the boards blocked, and that's the thing that's a little worrisome is it's not Rapid City's big guns. They have one really good line, and that's Wilkie, Bennett, and Wagner. Those guys have not done any damage today. It's been their depth guys that have. And Chizowski and Smedzrud each have a goal and an assist. That line has accounted for 2 goals, and Hubbard's line has accounted for 1 as well. There's a shot from along the board. Save by Murphy. Rebound put just wide. Final minute of the first period. Pauls turns his goal. Brings it through the middle. Feeds it up the left side. Bennett hits the return feed across for a shot from Wagner. Glove save by Weeks. Rebound tumbles into the slot. Panwar 1-on-2 across the line. Up the left side. Puts on the brakes. Waits for reinforcements. Protects the puck along the left wing boards. Kicks it into the corner for Israels. And it's chipped over to an open wing where Fighton gets to it. Two forecheckers converge. He'll rim it around for Smith along the other side. And Wood able to work it out to center with 14 seconds to go in the period. And then the puck is played back in. And I believe it hit something on the Rapid City bench, so we'll have a whistle. With 11.9 seconds to go in the first period, where the Fuel have been dominant and trail 3-1.
And now the Fuel's first period goal differential is -3, and Rapid City, we're going to head into their best period is the second period. They're +7. The first period, statistically, Rapid City's worse at -6, but they've proved tonight to just capitalize on mistakes, and good things will happen for them.
Yeah, and so the puck comes out to center as we've got a couple of seconds left, and that's how the first period will end. Well, if you look at the shot clock, you're thinking the Fuel have dominated this period, and they have, everywhere except the scoreboard. They've had the majority of the scoring chances. They've had the majority of the play. They have made life difficult on Connor Murphy. Rapid City, I'm not sure you could even say they've had 3 scoring chances in this game, but they have 3 goals, as they've just been opportunistic and have taken a 3-1 lead, as the Fuel got caught on a rush, and I would say that's a goal Mitchell Weeks will want to have back. One that trickled through the 5-hole on a wrist shot from the boards. And then the third goal, Chizowski's goal, was just a turnover along the goal line. You leave a guy who's a pretty good goal scorer alone in front of the net after coughing the puck up to him in the corner, and it's usually not going to be a good outcome for you. So the Fuel have a lot of work to do as they trail 3-1 after a period. The good news, if you're a Fuel fan, though, is that if they can keep this at 3, they have shown that they've got a pretty good ability to attack in this game, and they're generating a lot of pressure and a lot of chances. And this is a Rapid City team that gives up a lot of shots and a lot of scoring chances. And so the Fuel hope that they can generate some more and get some past Connor Murphy as they trail at 3-1 after 20 minutes. We're going to take a break, and we will come back with our first intermission show, where we'll recap the first period, and you will hear Eva's conversation with Fuel defenseman and former Rapid City Rush player Holden Whale. That comes up after this. This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
When you're dealing with a sports injury, getting back out there is the first thing on your mind. We know the feeling. Our sports medicine team cares for thousands of student athletes across central Indiana. In addition to physicians and athletic trainers, you'll have access to experts in physical therapy, imaging, and more. And with convenient locations near you, we help make healing as simple as possible. Learn more at ecommunity.com/sports. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Fuel fans, don't let plumbing problems freeze you out this winter. Control Tech has been your trusted home comfort team for more than 40 years, offering heating, cooling, and plumbing solutions. Right now, get $50 off any plumbing service when you mention the Indy Fuel. Call Control Tech at 317-873-3737 today and reboot your home comfort.
Now back for more Indy Fuel Hockey.
The Indy Fuel trailing the Rapid City Rush 3-1 as we head to the first intermission, as you can tell, Eva, and I certainly don't want to lay blame on the goaltender, because one of those goals is one he'd certainly like to have back, but the other two kind of sneaky shots from guys left wide open in scoring areas. And those happen, but the bottom line is, I think if you're the Fuel, you got to tighten things up a little bit defensively. But two, when you're a goaltender that hasn't played in a while, and Mitchell Weeks started on opening night and then has been in Rockford for the better part of the last month, but he's only played in 4 periods, essentially, of hockey since then. And sometimes if you're a goalie, you got to feel the puck a little bit and make a couple of saves. And unfortunately for him, he just hasn't. He's made 6 saves now on 9 shots, but it's been hung out to dry a little bit, and I think, just kind of looks like he's kind of fighting it a little bit, which I think you can expect for a guy who hasn't played. He's got to play, and he's got to feel and see the puck, and hopefully he's gotten that bad period out of his system and can be dialed in here for the last two.
Yeah, like you mentioned, looking at it, Mitchell Weeks' last game was November 2nd, played the entire game. He allowed in 6 goals, so obviously wasn't his best game, but then at the same time, the last time he played before that game was just about 7 minutes over a week ago. So he really has not played that much hockey this season, and like you mentioned, that can toll a lot on a goaltender, and we saw that last year with Joe Verbetic a couple times, and then when we got to Ryan Ouellette as well, it took some time for him to ease into it because we weren't playing him all the time. We were playing our number 1 starter. So that obviously can tend to be an issue, and for goaltenders, sometimes you may be wondering, well, playing them for 3 straight games, like that can't be good. But as a goaltender, reps are so important, and seeing the puck and learning and adapting is just so important. So for him, obviously getting to be in games more is just going to be vital for him. And so the more that we can see him play, the better that he's going to become, and the better we're going to see the Mitchell Weeks from the 23-24 season, or even last year in Rockford. But aside from Weeks, we have just had a slight issue of leaving our goaltenders out to dry a couple times. I think we played fantastically against Ryan Ouellette, but it just seems sometimes when we play with Flores or play with Weeks, we tend to almost get a little more loose around the net, where you don't feel you need to be as protective. But at the same time, Rapid City is coming in with full force. They like a lot of shots. They score a lot of goals. And so you got to really lock down on your defense here or there. So 3 goals, 1 that I'm sure he definitely wants back, but looking to fix things up in the second period. And again, it's a 2-goal game that we've seen comebacks before here, so it shouldn't be a problem. Just got to get the next goal and just got to play tighter and cleaner.
Yeah, and tighter and cleaner in your own end, and keep doing what you're doing in the attacking zone,
yes,
because they're generating pressure and generating a lot of chaos around Connor Murphy's net. And give Murphy credit. He has made the saves when he's been called on. The one he allowed was a rebound through a screen where Owen Robinson just found the puck before he could. And so a solid first period for Murphy for sure. He was probably the best player on the ice in that opening period. As we mentioned, the Fuel out shooting the Rush 14-9. There were no penalties called in that opening period, so no power plays. The scoring summary for Rapid City at 5:45. Matt Hubbard scores his first career goal from Paulson Wood, a turnaround shot, or a backhand, I should say, from the bottom of the right wing circle, as they kind of got set up in the offensive zone. Then Chaz Smedzrud made it 2-0 at 12:02 from Chazowski and Murphy. The goaltender started the rush with a headband pass through the neutral zone, and then Smedzrud just fired one on goal, a wrist shot from along the boards, and it trickled through Weeks' 5-hole and landed in the net. So that made it 2-0. Owen Robinson cut the deficit to 2-1 with his 4th of the year from Chris Cameron and Kevin Lombardi. Lombardi now has a 6-game scoring streak going, as he now has 2 goals and 6 assists in that stretch. But Ryan Chazowski made it 3-1 after a turnover in the corner. Smedzrud was able to get it to Chazowski. He was free along the goal line, and turnaround shot through the 5-hole from just above the goal crease made it a 3-1 Rapid City lead, and that's where we stand through 20 minutes. So earlier today, Eva had a chance to sit down with Indy Fuel defenseman Holden Whale. Holden is a second-year pro from Brantford, Ontario. You know who else is from Brantford, Ontario? Number 99.
Yes.
But he played his rookie year last year with the Rush.
Yes.
And is now suiting up for the Indy Fuel. So you'll hear from him right after this break. The Fuel trailing Rapid City 3-1. This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
Dr. David Moody and Dr. Kevin Boyd with Gallagher Chiropractic Group are the official chiropractors for the Indy Fuel. With multiple professionals and decades of experience, we are able to offer a level of expertise and knowledge that is world class. Our office provides chiropractic, nutrition, decompression therapy, and massage therapy. To schedule an appointment, contact us today by phone or text at 317-571-1480 or GallagherChiroGroup.com. Welcome to the Intermission Show, where we get to chat with a Fuel player every single game. I'm Eva Hallman, and joining with me today is Fuel newcomer Holden Whale. So welcome to the Intermission Show today.
Hi, thank you very much for having me.
So last week we ended on a high note with back-to-back wins, especially with an impressive 5-0 win at home. What's the mentality to keep it going?
Yeah, I think we kind of found our stride last weekend on Friday and Saturday. So I think what's important is to continue off that and bring the same mentality into this weekend versus Rapid City and start building our swagger and confidence and just continue to work at it.
And you mentioned playing Rapid City for 3 games this week. You played 68 games with them last year. How does it feel facing the team that gave you your professional start?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I think you can't really think about it too much, honestly. I think these 3 games are really important. For us especially, big points in the standings and just a big time for us to get wins. So I think just focus on our game as the Fuel and focus on 3 wins for us.
And our special teams have improved last week with 3 special teams goals, and then you got an assist as well, and we only had then 1 special team goal against us. So what has been clicking with us on special teams? We've kind of dwindled down the power play goals allowed and increased, obviously, the power play goals for us. Yeah,
I think guys are starting to gel a little bit. Our kill is always pretty hard to play against. It's about time that we kept working at it and saw results in games. And power play, just there's a lot of skilled players out there, a lot of skilled forwards and guys that make it easy to play with. And it's just a matter of time before we continue to keep getting better with both those.
Yes, and with that, we play our best on 5-on-5. And how will that be key against a 3-game series against Rapid City where, as we saw last week against Bloomington, the tension kind of grows over time and that can bubble into some penalties?
Yeah, I think we just have to wear them down. Continue to play the way we did last weekend and keep building off that. Playing hard, playing fast for 60 minutes and just wear them down game by game and win by win.
And then going into the off season, you signed with the Fuel. What made you want to switch and kind of join this team, and what really was the drawing factor for you?
It's Dunks was awesome. I chatted with him a couple times, and he seemed like an awesome coach, awesome guy. So that's definitely what started that. And then just looking into the rink and the area and the fan base, watching videos from last year, everything seemed really, really first class. And there's a lot here that I love already. So I'm really happy that I came here and that I'm part of the Fuel.
And with that, you played games with Leggy and Ennis at Windsor. How easy has it been to click with this team, especially when you know a couple of the guys heading into it?
Yeah, that makes it super easy. Living with Will Ennis is awesome. He's one of my good buddies. Same with Leggy. So having those guys around to kind of help you gel into a new team is always nice. But even the guys that I never met before, they're rock solid guys, and we have a really special, good group of guys here that I love being around.
Now back to this week, Coach Duncan Almeo has been hounding the value of the puck, and of course his big mantra of win a shift, win a period, win a game. How is that going to be super important this week?
Yeah, I think we just have to take it shift by shift, kind of like that mantra he said there. Shift by shift, wear them down, and not get too far ahead of ourselves. One shift at a time, one period at a time, and then one win at a time.
And then this is your first year playing at the Fishers Event Center, and you've got to enjoy the new facilities here, obviously brand new building that opened around this time last year. How have you enjoyed this arena? And then obviously the fans, I think they've really showed out every single home game for us.
Yeah, honestly, it's incredible. I don't think I've really experienced anything like this in my hockey career. So I'm really grateful that I get to be a part of it, and it's a really fun, energetic, awesome atmosphere that we get to play in every night, and it's rare to come by. So I'm really thankful that I get to be a part of it.
And then lastly, what's the key to the game for tonight against the first of 3 against Rapid City?
I know it's kind of a cliche, but play our game and worry about us being consistent, hard, and fast to play against for 60 minutes.
Well, thank you so much, Holden, for joining this intermission show, and good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
This has been Eva Hallman, and your intermission show continues after this.
Fuel fans, don't let plumbing problems freeze you out this winter. Control Tech has been your trusted home comfort team for more than 40 years, offering heating, cooling, and plumbing solutions. Right now, get $50 off any plumbing service when you mention the Indy Fuel. Call Control Tech at 317-873-3737 today and reboot your home comfort.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 38th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; AthleticNet, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2026 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner; Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider; Prolific One, exclusive secondary ticketing partner; and Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2026 ECHL All-Star Classic. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to FloHockey.tv.
This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
Getting set for the second period tonight between the Indy Fuel and Rapid City Rush. The Fuel trailing 3-1. Let's take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard. All the other games today have gone final because we had 3 Education Day games, and Florida spoiled it in Greenville as the Everblades defeated the Swamp Rabbits 5-0 today. Toledo knocked off Cincinnati 3-2, and Kansas City beat Wichita 5-1. And in the American Hockey League, the Rockford IceHogs will face off at the top of the hour at home against the Manitoba Moose. The Blackhawks back in action tonight. They're at home at 9:30. Face off against the New Jersey Devils. Games underway in the NHL right now. Still 2:47 to go in the first, and the Rangers lead the Lightning 4-2. And the Oilers and Flyers are scoreless. They just dropped the puck in Philadelphia. One other game besides the Blackhawks game facing off later tonight. The Sabres are in Utah to take on the Mammoth. We're going to have a goaltending change for the Fuel as Mitchell Weeks is lifted after giving up 3 goals on 9 shots. And I think that was a case where he has not played in a while. And it was his first game since November 2nd when he played in the American Hockey League. And he has, since opening night, which was October 17th, that's the only full game he's played. And you can just tell he was fighting the puck there in the first period. So Owen Flores will replace him in the Fuel goal and finish out the game. He is 2-3-1 with a 3.34 goals against and an .889 save percentage. He made 25 saves on 26 shots in his last game, a 3-1 win over Bloomington on Saturday nights.
I really do like Owen Flores' game. Obviously, like we mentioned, Mitchell Weeks is a big part of it. But for the Fuel now, you need to support Owen Flores. You need to make sure you don't leave him hung out to dry. You got to back him up. 6 games played. He does have 4 losses in that. So for Flores, 3.34 goals against average, and some of those goals that he's faced, not entirely all his fault. He's a very strong goaltender, very quick, very flexible. So you just got to really support him right now.
Well, I think, too, as a rookie,
yes,
you're going to get better game in and game out. And it just feels like he just looks a lot more comfortable right now than he did early in the year. This is his 7th appearance. We're moving from right to left if you're a Fuel fan in the second period. And the Rush win the draw, play it in deep. Flores will send it back the direction it came. Pauls tried to hold it in at the right point, and the Rush were able to. Smedzrud plays it behind the goal. Grimo winds it around. Lapide will deflect it out to center. Pauls hooks a pass to Smedzrud, who's got a goal and an assist today. Sent into the Fuel zone. Flores will leave it for Nick Grima. He'll send it around, and icing is waved off as they rule. Bernard could have played the puck as he was coming off the bench. Bernard has it in his own end. Long diagonal feed through the neutral zone. A little too far for Davis. This will be an icing with 19:21 to go in the second period. Go ahead, Eva.
I was going to say the Fuel need to have a strong start to the second period like they did the tail end of the first. I thought they were, outplaying, outshooting Rapid City. They had so much energy, and they were jamming out rebounds, putting puck to the net, but unfortunately just weren't getting the puck luck that they would have wanted. Just got to keep that momentum going here early in the second.
Rapid City wins a defensive zone draw after the icing, and a nice hit from Mans forces it free from Bernard, but the Rush gained possession. Cameron pokes it free. It trickles toward the goal, but Lombardi couldn't quite get to it. Constantino out to center. Tried to find Davis, but that pass didn't connect. Chris Cameron takes it in his own end. Feeds it up the right side. Tucker indirect for Lombardi. Posted up the line to Tucker up the right side. In front, Robinson crashes the goal, and somehow it stays out. Murphy got a piece of that. Robinson did everything there but put the puck in the net. Robinson has it along the left wing boards. Down toward the corner. Lombardi tried to send it back up to the point. And his shot on goal, stopped by Murphy as Tucker was on the doorstep looking for a tip. Bennett, rink wide. Wagner across the line, shoots, save made by Flores. Mans takes the rebound off the end boards, and he'll skate it out to center up the right side. Gain the red line, and he'll feed it in. Around to Lombardi, or Martin, he couldn't stop it. And now Rapid City, Wagner toward the goal. Bennett a little too far out in front of him. He absorbs a hit from Marcus, and it goes hard into the boards. He gets up. Rapid City only skating with 9 forwards tonight. They're actually skating 2 people short. Here's a shot. It goes wide, and the rebound comes to the sideboards for Bennett. He put it on goal, but stop was made. Came up to the left wing boards. Flores made another save, and Holden Whale will take the puck for the Fuel. Chips it up the boards out to center. Stopped there by Van Unen. Fed right back into the Fuel zone. Whale sends it out. Hops over Marcus and stick at center. Rotzliff gets to it. Ahead to Hubbard up the right side. Feeds it to the Fuel line. Fighting a little further ahead for Wood. And the puck is played away from him by Jaden Joseph out to center and wound right back in by the Rush. Petgrave around to Joyce. Forecheck comes. He'll play it back behind his own goal from Matt Petgrave. He'll look to settle it down. Wood watching him on the forecheck as Petgrave waits for the wings to drop and now starts the breakout up the left side. Feeds it through the neutral zone. Moravec. He'll jam it up the left side. Joyce tries to take it a goal, but he's forced wide by Smith. Curls, back diagonal to the point. Grima skates into it. Feeds it along for Moravec. Into the high slot. Shoots. It was stopped by Murphy. Rebound came over to the far boards. Sent around by Grima to Moravec. Has it in the circle. Poked away from him. Joseph trying to prevent Rapid City from springing the other way, and does, and prevents them from exiting the zone. Joseph underneath for Moravec. He tried to center, but that was picked off by Hubbard and banked out to neutral ice. 16:33 to go second period. 3-1 Rapid City. Chase Paul's in his own end. D-to-D for Smith. He's playing his first game in a while. October 25th was his last game. This is his 5th game of the year. Rush sent it in. The Fuel play it right back out. Icing is waved off as it didn't gain enough steam to get to the end line. Constantino around to Bernard, and Rush had some difficulty managing it. Bernard in his own corner with 2 forecheckers coming. D-to-D to Constantino below their own goal line. Back to Bernard, and finally they find some space. Headmans to center Chizowski. Across the line, Davis. Give and go Chizowski. Down the slot, save made by Flores. Centering pass for Davis, broken up by Panwar. Constantino tried to send it to the point, but sent it out to center instead because the left point had been vacated. Hammered back in by Bernard. Lombardi having some difficulty freeing himself from Smedzrud in his own end. Finally, Headman's it ahead to Robinson. Spins off a check along the goal line. Takes it behind the net. Still on the puck. Pops out the left side. Curls back to the corner. Feeds it for Tucker. Now Lombardi in the right wing corner. He'll bring it up the boards and then try to feed it toward the corner. It was stopped by Constantino, and then he fanned on the outlet pass. Tucker takes it back from him, and Constantino and Tucker both fall down as they're both on top of the puck. Lombardi keeps it moving to Tucker, to Robinson, left corner. He looks to find Lombardi, who's coming right down the middle, but he couldn't get a handle on that pass at the top of the crease. And now Bernard will slowly skate it out to center and play it in deep. 5 minutes gone in the second period. Each team with 2 shots this period. No goals yet in this frame. 3-1 Rapid City. You will play it in. Jordan Martin giving chase, and Ratzlaff takes a big hit from Markusan, but moves the puck to his D partner, and they'll play it out to center. Wilkie skates right past Manslow, 2-on-1, shoots and misses high and wide. Ratzlaff holds it in at the point, sends it goalward, banks off of a couple legs to Jordan Martin, and he'll send it out to center. Markusan takes a hit, but moves it to the line to Dustin Mans. He chases after it with Bergmanis in the corner. Markusan takes the puck, leaves it for Mans. He'll backhand it behind the goal, all the way around the carousel to Grima along the right wing boards. He'll take it up toward the point, wrist it in all the way around to Petgrave, left side. Sends it back around the carousel to Joyce, right corner. Behind the goal, Moravec fans wide, takes the puck, and then cycles it again, deep for Joseph. Joseph looking for an opening as he works below the goal line. He's tripped up. We play on as Wagner collects the puck. He takes a hit from Moravec, and Joseph takes the puck. Feeds it up to the left point. Grima waits for traffic to form, shoots, and it got all the way through. Murphy made a stick save, and the rush spring it out to center. Bennett able to work it past one player, but Joyce on the back check takes Bennett's stick away and takes the puck as well. Moravec across the line. Petgrave up the left side. Takes it to the circle. Takes it behind the net. Petgrave pops out the right side. Feeds it for a shot, and a save made by Murphy on the shot from the circle. Fuel maintain possession. Cameron shoots, blocked. And here's a feed across. Lapide fans on a one-timer from the left wing circle. He hops on it below the goal line. Tracks it down along the right wing boards. Cycles it back in. Here's Panwar shooting, and it's fought off by Murphy. Rebound comes to the end boards where Chase Pauls feeds it up, and again can't get it through Lee Lapide, who gets it in deep. Rapid City hemmed in here. Good zone time for the Fuel. Again, they play it up the boards and finally are able to exit the zone as Cameron couldn't hold it into the line. Israel's back at his own line trying to trap this Rapid City unit out there. They got as many players off as they could. Panwar left wing boards, takes it to the corner. Behind the goal, Israel's tired group out there for the rush. Panwar feeds it up to the point. Cameron, shot blocked into the corner. Pauls gets to it, absorbs a hit from Lombardi, who takes the puck up the boards for Panwar, and then he loses possession to Fighton. Fighton's able to skate out to center, and he stood up by Chris Cameron. Here's a headman pass to Robinson across the line. Tries to take it to goal, backhands it wide.
Chris Cameron tussle on the bench.
And Cameron's tangled up with one of the rush players as the play continues. Lombardi feeds Robinson, and an aggressive save made by Murphy on the shot from between the hash marks. And finally, Cameron and the Rapid City player get untangled, and the puck played out to center and to the Fuel end. Will Ennis giving chase with Wood on the forecheck. Those two and the puck go into the corner. Hubbard takes a hit from Dustin Mans, and now here's a turnover. Wood in front. Chazowski misses high from the low slot. Another turnover in a dangerous area. This time the Fuel are not punished, as Chazowski nearly had his second gift of the night. Here's Bernard skating in, shoots over the net from the top of the left wing circle. Rebound, Karams off the corner glass and all the way down. Constantino has it in his own end. 11:15 to go. Try to feed it through Robinson, kicked off Robinson's skate, but then came back to the Rapid City D, and Bernard feeds it into the zone. Sent right back out by the Fuel. 2-on-1 across the line. Martin comes in toward goal. His shot blocked as Bernard got a little bit of a stick on it that slowed it down, and Martin was able to, or Murphy, I should say, was able to cover on the attempt by Martin. 11 minutes to go, second period, 3-1 Rapid City. This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
When you're dealing with a sports injury, getting back out there is the first thing on your mind. We know the feeling. Our sports medicine team cares for thousands of student athletes across central Indiana. In addition to physicians and athletic trainers, you'll have access to experts in physical therapy, imaging, and more. And with convenient locations near you, we help make healing as simple as possible. Learn more at ecommunity.com/sports. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
At Abrams Eye Care, our skilled team of ophthalmologists, optometrists, opticians, and professional staff strive to treat our patients with the greatest efficiency, professionalism, and kindness. Each of our 3 Abrams Eye Care locations desire for you to enjoy a lifetime of visual health and wellness. We take pride in our excellent patient satisfaction rating and our reputation as one of the most comprehensive eye care groups in central Indiana since 1950. We are honored to be the official eye doctor for the Indy Fuel and Fisher's Freight. Visit our new Abrams Eye Care location in Carmel.
Don't miss a second of the action. This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
11 minutes to go, second period, along with Eva Hallman and Andrew Smith. The Indy Fuel are trailing the Rapid City Rush 3-1. Despite outshooting the Rush 21-11, Rapid City has been opportunistic in this game.
And it feels like I haven't spoken in forever. That was such a long period of continuous play. Both Rapid City and the Field getting some really great quality shots. Field still outshooting 21-11.
Make it 22 as Matt Petgrave shoots right off the face-off but right into the glove of Connor Murphy.
But then again, through that time where the Fuel had so much pressure on Rapid City, pinned them in their own zone, they almost let up a goal or two strictly on turnover. So while we are seeing some positives for the Fuel, it's turnovers at the end of the day that have been their ace.
Yeah, puck management has allowed Rapid City a couple of scoring chances. Now here's Lombardi forcing it free, trying to track a rolling puck down, does along the goal line. Feeds Robinson to the left wing corner, back to Lombardi, working to the office, turnaround shot, shut down by Murphy. Rebound was loose in the crease, and Tucker jammed at it.
Go Lombardi,
the red light is on. Meanwhile, Kevin Lombardi is exchanging some blows in the corner.
Remember when I asked him if he's ever going to drop the clubs? He's inching closer and closer. He's got one off right now. Come on, take the second off. Let's go full swing.
Well, he and Ryan Chizowski were tangled up in the corner. And
Robinson and Jesse Tucker getting the action too. Robinson is probably the least person I would expect to get into a fight on this team. But I also thought that about Joseph, and then what?
Well, Joseph's one of those guys that plays so hard all the time that he'll raise somebody's ire. And cooler heads appear to have prevailed out of all of that. I think what happened was the puck was loose in the crease. And anytime a team jams at a play after the whistle, you're going to see the ire of the team. Yeah, you're going to see the ire of the team here. The puck was loose. Tucker was jamming at it. Those of you watching on FloHockey, the whistle happened there. Honestly, that may have been a premature whistle. I'm not sure that Murphy ever had complete control of that. Whatever the case, the Rush win the defensive zone draw. They spring it up, but a feed for Van Unen a little too far as he took a hit. And Michael Markusan works it out to center. Up the left wing boards, Dustin Manns forces it into the Rapid City end. Jordan Martin giving chase and collects it along the right wing corner. Behind the net, a little too far for Manns. Rimmed around, Petgrave stops it along the left wing boards. He'll spin away from a check, tip it toward the slot, but Wagner's the only guy there. Indirect feed across the Fuel line. Wilkie takes it, shoots a rising shot over the net. He didn't have a whole lot of time to do anything with that, so tried a quick shot, but couldn't hit the frame. Puck rimmed into the Rapid City end. Pauls will rim it back around. Chase Berger hops on it there for the Fuel. To Joseph below the goal line. In the right wing corner, trying to shake free of Pauls. Stabs it to Joyce. Feeds it up to the left point for Berger. Walks the line, looks for an opening, shoots intentionally wide. Joseph trying to collect the rebound off the end boards. He and Joyce battling for it. Joseph feeds it up to the point. Cameron tees up a slap shot. Bad save made by Murphy. He has been dialed in tonight. Puck comes out to center. Moravec brings it right back in, up the right wing. Turns on Bergmanis. Takes it behind the goal and then takes a hit and loses the puck to Pauls. And then Cameron delivers a big hit as Rapid City is exiting the zone. Berger behind his own net. 9:09 to go, second period. 3-1 Rapid City. All the scoring took place in the first. Berger for the Fuel. Up the left side to Chris Cameron. And he'll send it in. Lapide has it along the right wing boards. Behind the goal, Israels. Has to send it back up for Lapide. To Israel's goal line. Try to power move, make that Panwar, but poked off of his stick. Fighting, battling for it along the boards with Panwar. Panwar wins that battle to Israel's in the corner. Takes it behind the goal. Feeds it up to the right point. Whale, catch, release, send it toward the slot, but knocked down there by the rush. And now Wood was behind the D, but he couldn't handle a headman feed. And it ended up harmlessly trickling wide of the Fuel cage. Constantino stops a rim around at the left point. Behind the goal, Hubbard for Rapid City. Absorbs a check from Ennis. The rush stay on it. Constantino, right point, shoots. Deflected over the net through all kinds of traffic. Forrest never saw it, and it ended up going out of play. So we'll have a whistle with 8:16 to go in the second period. Shots 24-11 in favor of the Fuel, but the score 3-1 in favor of Rapid City.
A quick moving second period, as previously mentioned. Rapid City, when leading after the first, they're 1-0. The Fuel, when trailing after the first, are 0-2-1, so they're winless. But they have gotten a point when trailing after the first period, hoping still to cut this deficit down to 1. Then they can find the equalizer fast, but still plenty of hockey remaining in this game, especially when heavily now out-shooting Rapid City.
That was that Cincinnati game where they trailed 2-0 and 3-1 and came back to take a lead that ended up evaporating with 4 seconds to go. And then the Cyclones won it in overtime. Nick Grimo will send it in. Behind the goal, Murphy spins it around. Tucker stabs it back below the goal line. Robinson lays a check. Tucker chases after the puck, but the Rush able to gain possession. Davis out to center, head to Chizowski. Up the right side, looks to turn on Grima, does, takes it to goal, and it's shut down. Rebound loose in the slot. Constantino has a block. Loose puck careens out to center. The first guy there is Chizowski with Lombardi chasing after it. And Chizowski was able to sweep it away from Lombardi and prevent a scoring chance. Jesse Tucker plays it in. Now Marcuson into the slot. Catch, release, and a save. Rebound put back on goal by Marcuson. Another save made by Murphy. Here's Mans with a one-timer, and it ends up ramping off of a stick out of the traffic all in front of the net and ramping out of play. So we'll have a whistle. 7:18 to go in the second period.
Again, great pressure here by the Fuel, really trying to get under Murphy, but Murphy's just been exceptional here tonight. You know, got to give credit where credit is due. Facing 26 shots, only letting 1 goal in. It's just sometimes where if you face a goaltender who's having a hot night and a really great night, it can be hard to get through them, but this continuous pressure will get those rebounds.
Christian Berger at the point, shoots, glove save Murphy. He'll hold for another whistle with 7:12 to go in the second period.
Especially, you know, I just mentioned Murphy has been on stellar tonight. He has been leaving a lot of opportunities for rebounds, and the field is still jamming at the puck, trying to make something happen, and that's how we got this first goal. Can keep doing that, build consistency. But I do like our defensemen still just taking a shot at the blue line and seeing if we can get a rebound there at the net.
Murphy, very rare for a goalie. You actually can't do it in the pros. Wore a C in college for Union College.
You can't do it in the pros?
You cannot in the pros.
Why?
Here is Wagner between the circle, scores. Okay. Now it's a 4-1 game, and the hole gets deeper. Well, once again, Rapid City opportunistic off the rush. They won a puck battle in the corner, and you cannot leave Ryan Wagner that wide open between the circles. He was absolutely wide open in the right wing circle, just took it right to a scoring area and scored. And that is his fifth goal of the season. He now has a 5-game goal scoring streak, and the Fuel's hole gets deeper. And again, we said, you know, this is a comebackable game if you're the Fuel, if you don't let any more in. The problem is, although they have been all over the Rapid City net all night, they have been able to score. And Rapid City has done almost nothing all night, and they have 4 goals because they have been opportunistic. And they have had, I would say, 3 scoring chances in this game and have 4 goals, whereas the Fuel have had about 15 and have 1. Joyce plays it up to the point for Ennis. He'll steer it back in behind the net. Van Unen and Retzlaff trying to settle it down. Retzlaff able to move it up the boards for Wood. And now Rapid City just playing some keep away behind the Fuel's forecheck, fighting through center. Up the left side, runs into a check from Sahil Panwar. 6 minutes to go in the second period, and the Fuel trying to dig out of a 3-goal deficit here. And Retzlaff along the near boards, checked by Panwar, is able to play it into the right wing corner, and the Fuel ends. Panwar sends it across for Innes. He'll gain center red up the left side for Lapide across the line. Puts on the brakes. Sends it up to the point. Petgrave up to Panwar. He scores! Sahil Panwar with a one-timer from the high slot through traffic. And the Fuel have cut the deficit back to 2. It's 4-2.
And that's what's super important, is just getting that another goal, cutting the deficit 1 goal at a time. And for Panwar, someone we expected offense from. This is just, though, his second goal of the season. Obviously, Coach Young and Almeo mentioned it in the pregame interview. He expects more out of himself as a 20-plus goal scorer. But for Panwar to knock that goal in, cutting the deficit now, his last point was November 7th against Bloomington. So happy to get him back on the board.
And give a lot of credit as well to Harrison Israels, who had the screen in front. Now here's Robinson taking it down the middle. Fans out to the right side. Sends it across to Petgrave, left wing boards. He hoisted into the corner for Robinson. Lombardi giving chase behind the net. Tucker trying to free himself of a check. And Petgrave and Lapide on the assists on Sahil Panwar's second goal of the year. Here's a feed ahead for Michael Markusan, and he loses possession. Davis outlets it, and Smedzrud's feed through the neutral zone, played right back to him in his own end. Here's Billy Constantino now for Rapid City. Tries to play it up the right side. Taken there by Dustin Manns and sent right back in deep. Ticking down to 4.5 to go in the second period. 4-2, Rapid City leads, and the Rush ice the puck. So Panwar from Petgrave and Lapide, the last goal. The previous goal was Wagner from Wilkie and Van Unen.
And we knew Wilkie and Wagner were going to be really key in today's game. Obviously, like you mentioned, Wagner now on an 8-game point streak since October 25th. So absolutely insane for him. On the road, he's on a now 6-game assist streak. Well, he scored, so now he's on a 6-game point streak.
Well,
so,
that dates back to the start of the season, because this is only their 6th road game.
Which is just absolutely insane. So for him, to keep going, and we knew that they were going to have some high-powered players, and Wilkie is just a rookie now. Now 11 games and 12 points.
He's on an ECHL contract, but that may not last. 7 goals and 5 assists in 11 games. Here come the Fuel across the line. Panwar shoots. It leaked through, but it ended up staying out. Now he got a whistle behind the play. Murphy, that trickled through him, but it ended up trickling wide of the post. 4:15 to go, second period, 4-2 Rapid City. This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
Fuel fans, don't let plumbing problems freeze you out this winter. Control Tech has been your trusted home comfort team for more than 40 years, offering heating, cooling, and plumbing solutions. Right now, get $50 off any plumbing service when you mention the Indy Fuel. Call Control Tech at 317-873-3737 today and reboot your home comfort.
Dr. David Moody and Dr. Kevin Boyd with Gallagher Chiropractic Group are the official chiropractors for the Indy Fuel. With multiple professionals and decades of experience, we are able to offer a level of expertise and knowledge that is world class. Our office provides chiropractic, nutrition, decompression therapy, and massage therapy. To schedule an appointment, contact us today by phone or text at 317-571-1480 or GallagherChiroGroup.com.
Now back for more Indy Fuel hockey action.
4 minutes and 15 seconds remain in the second period. The Fuel down 4-2, but they are buzzing. They have been for a lot of the game. They just have seen Rapid City do what they do, which is take advantage of the chances that are given them.
And especially on the mistakes, the turnovers especially.
Fuel in the attacking zone draws. We return to action. Grima at the right point. Sends it in behind the goal. Lapide working in the office, trying to shake free from Bernard. Puts it out in front. They're jamming at it at the side of the cage. The puck was loose, and the referee lost sight of it.
This has been the second time we have had quite an early whistle when the puck was still very, very loose.
That was a very early whistle. So the puck was going to the side. It's not like that took away an imminent scoring chance, but certainly the Fuel had the rush on their heels, and now they get a chance to reset. Israel's Panwar Lapide, the forward line. Face-off won by Israel's to Panwar. Petgrave has it at the left point. Ed to Panwar. Tried a one-timer. That was blocked. Wagner's trying to sneak behind the D, and they couldn't find him, and instead iced the puck with 3:56 to go. The shots are now 30-14 in favor of the Fuel.
In the Fuel, shots for, they average about 27.8 per game. Rapid City against, they do average 36.7 shots per game, so they do allow in a lot of shots.
Yeah, they're fourth worst in the league.
And for the Fuel, they have been climbing up there on shots for. Remember last year, they were extremely good at shot suppression. That was one of their things they were exceptional at.
And they haven't been as good early this season, but I think part of that is a lot of new guys learning a new system.
Yes.
Because that shots against number has been coming down and down and down the last few games. Lombardi has in the left wing corner in the Rapid City end. Tries to play it behind the goal for Robinson. Now Tucker in the right wing corner. Sends it up to the point for Cameron. He settles, shoots at a bullet just wide. Jesse Tucker takes it up the boards. Feeds into the slot. And Ennis gets it to Lombardi. He scores! That snuck through Murphy. And the Fuel have cut the deficit to 1. It's 4-3 as Kevin Lombardi scores to extend his goal-scoring streak. And that was just kind of a weird play, which is what Rapid City's been doing all night.
Now Kevin Lombardi working on a 2-point night. Again, someone that we knew that we could depend on. We saw exceptional things. If you're watching on FloHockey, just saw an opportunity there, and the goal just snuck past him. Obviously, great initial screen there by Owen Robinson. Just a whole team effort, pinning Rapid City in their own zone, and now this is a 1-goal game.
2 goals, 2 minutes and 5 seconds apart.
Wow.
Ennis and Tucker with the assist. And again, the forecheck going to work, pinning Rapid City in deep, and then Ennis couldn't quite handle the puck, but it came right to Lombardi, and he basically, there was maybe about an inch between the shoulder of Murphy and the post, and he found it.
And that is Ennis's first pro point as well.
So congrats to Will Ennis. And
what is happening?
Yeah, they're blowing the goal horn off a neutral zone faceoff. Anyway, Ennis has it, turns it over to Wood at the line. Puck rolling toward the Fuel goal. Joseph sweeps it out of harm's way to the corner. Hubbard tries to feed it up to the point to Van Unen. Joyce stabs at it, can't get it out of the zone on first effort. On second effort, he does. And now Moravec comes down. I thought Moravec had the icing beat as he was first to the dots, but the linesman rules that Jake Ratzlaff had a better angle to the puck.
And now Jesse Tucker with that assist on Kevin Lombardi's goal is now working a 4-game point streak. So Jesse Tucker, again, we saw a lot of spunk and a lot of energy from him at the tail end of last season, now getting consistently on the board.
So the Fuel back within 1, 2:56 to go in period number 2. Face off in their own end. Won by Jaden Joseph to Chris Cameron, and he'll feed it out to center. It's a rolling puck. Won't get enough steam to get to the goal line and icing. Smedzerud poked by Joseph, but Davis comes back to rescue the puck. Across to Smith. Floats a pass looking for Davis, a little too far for him. Petgrave picks it up at center. He'll send it into the Rapid City and Marcuson giving chase and wins the puck below the goal line. Marcuson looks to take it out in front. That path was blocked, so he'll bring it up the boards. Feed it behind the goal for Jordan Martin. Poked away from him. Smith takes it for Rapid City. They'll look to exit the zone with speed through the neutral zone. Davis backhands it into the right wing corner looking for Chizowski. Petgrave first one there. Spins it up the wall to Jordan Martin. He'll feed it in deep, go after himself, deliver a hit on Bernard. Then Bernard can open his head to the ice and takes the puck. Here comes Wagner, who has the most recent goal for Rapid City. That made it 4-1. The Fuel have since answered twice to cut the deficit to 4-3 here with a minute 45 to go in the second period. Panwar into the forecheck. Shoots! And just misses from the right wing boards. Lapide takes it up the left wing. Out high to Panwar outside of the circle. Panwar up top, one-timer. Berger hits the post! And the loose puck is corralled by Murphy. The Fuel buzzing again at Christian Berger with a one-timer from just inside the blue line straight away. And he rang the iron on the glove side of Berger. Just inches away from tying this game.
And speaking of Christian Berger, I do really like his game, especially I really like him paired with Chris Cameron. Both guys that are not afraid to shoot the puck from the blue line, trying to just get rebounds or opportunities, or even just get a slap shot.
Rush control off the defensive zone draw. Bennett up the right side for Wagner. Berger watching him, chops it past Wagner, but Wilkie able to hold it in toward the corner, and then loses possession to Sahil Panwar. He'll play it back behind his own goal for Berger. Up the near side, Cameron. Out center a little too far for Lapide. Lapide and Pauls, and the puck going to the left wing corner in the Rapid City end. The rush exit 3-on-2, potentially across the line. Wilkie feeds it toward the goal, cut off by Matt Petgrave of the Fuel. Final minute of the second period, Fuel down 4-3. Berger high flip to the Rapid City line where Paul settles it down. The former Bloomington Bison player head to Wagner. Tried a turnaround feed to Wilkie. It exploded off of his stick, and Petgrave takes it for the Fuel. Feeds it up the left side for Panwar. His shot ends up ramping off of Paul's stick and going about 15 feet over the end glass and out of play. 35.5 seconds to go in the second period. Fuel out shooting Rapid City now 31-14, 17-5 in this period, but the deficit remains 4-3.
But they have outscored Rapid City in this period alone 2-1. So if they can continue this momentum, this pressure, this energy into the third, I'm sure that we can find the equalizer here enough. Just cannot leave any turnovers and got to cleanly handle the puck.
Puck loose off the draw in the Rapid City end. Tucker finds it at the dot. Sends it behind the goal for Robinson. He'll take it to the right wing circle, shake off a check, put on the brakes, feed it a little further, looking for Lombardi, and hopped over his stick. Bernard collects for Rapid City. 17 seconds to go in the period. Outlet pass by Fighton, banks off of Owen Robinson's skates. It ends up over at a Luke Flincham's corner in the bench and leaving the surface, so we'll have a face-off back in the Rapid City end with 15.7 to go.
And the Fuel's face-offs have just continued to get better. I feel like tonight, especially, they're winning face-off after face-off. So really good, because if you can win face-offs, you can get those set plays that you want going. And Coach Duncan Dalmeo is really good at curating perfect face-off plays.
Jesse Tucker to take the draw, right wing circle. It's loose. Lombardi trying to find it. It's spiked free. Tucker, left wing corner. Robinson back behind the goal. Lombardi poked away from him. Bernard takes it. 7 seconds to go. The Fuel get it back. Lombardi shoots. Blocked wide. Grima with 1 second to go and unable to make a play before the horn sounds. The Fuel fell behind 4-1 on the goal by Wagner, but answered with two. Sahil Panwar and Kevin Lombardi, 2 minutes and 5 seconds apart, cut the Rapid City lead to 4-3 through 2. Shots on goal in the second period, 17-5 in favor of the Fuel. 31 for Indy for the game, Rapid City with 14. And we still have not had a penalty called in this game.
Which is wild.
So both teams 0 for 0 on the power play. So
the tension is brewing, though.
yeah, well, it's just night 1 of 3 between
yeah.
these two teams.
I mean, but remember, night 1 of 3 for Bloomington.
Yeah. So we've got our intermission show coming up where we'll recap the second period and bring you the ECHL Plays of the Week. That comes up right after this. This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
When you're dealing with a sports injury, getting back out there is the first thing on your mind. We know the feeling. Our sports medicine team cares for thousands of student athletes across central Indiana. In addition to physicians and athletic trainers, you'll have access to experts in physical therapy, imaging, and more. And with convenient locations near you, we help make healing as simple as possible. Learn more at ecommunity.com/sports. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Fuel fans, don't let plumbing problems freeze you out this winter. Control Tech has been your trusted home comfort team for more than 40 years, offering heating, cooling, and plumbing solutions. Right now, get $50 off any plumbing service when you mention the Indy Fuel. Call Control Tech at 317-873-3737 today and reboot your home comfort.
Don't miss a second of the action. This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
Second intermission at the Fishers Event Center. The Indy Fuel are trailing the Rapid City Rush 4-3 in what has been an entertaining game. And I think if you're a Fuel fan, you like everything about this game except the score. And Rapid City has been very opportunistic. They've taken advantage of every opportunity given them, and also took advantage of a admittedly shaky Mitchell Weeks in the first period.
Yep.
Owen Flores replaced him in the first intermission, and he was not tested much. He made 4 saves on 5 shots, and the one he gave up was a point-blank wide open between the hash marks attempt by Ryan Wagner, who currently just happens to be in the midst of an 8-game scoring streak and has scored goals in 5 consecutive games and is one of the most skilled players in the league. And Wagner, the 8th-year veteran, the Rapid City captain, he was a 29-goal scorer last year, so almost a 30-goal scorer. Has played nearly 300 games in the American Hockey League and has been an alternate captain for a number of years with the Colorado Eagles and now the captain of the Rapid City Rush. And an experienced player who's got that kind of a snipe, you don't want to let him get loose where he was able to get loose. But really, the first 3 goals that they scored, one was just kind of a weird play off of the forecheck.
Mm-hmm.
The other was a goal off the rush that trickled through the 5-hole on a wrist shot from the boards that, again, one you want to have back. And then the third was just a turnover in the corner where you got full possession, lost the puck in the forecheck in a dangerous area, and Ryan Chazowski's a good goal scorer, and he's going to take the opportunities when you give it to him. But, boy, you like the way the Fuel are absolutely buzzing the Rapid City net.
Mm-hmm.
But the 2 goals, the first 2 goals, you had working the puck high, throw it to the net, get a rebound. The third goal was work the puck on the forecheck, get it to a dangerous area, throw it to the net, and guess what? It went in. I don't know how it went in.
But it did.
It banked off of the goaltender, Martin, and ended up in the net. And then the other goal was Sahil Panwar, the one-timer out high, again off of constant pressure. The Fuel have had these guys stuck in their own end for long stretches of time.
Mm-hmm.
But and finally, we're able to cash in. Now you just need one more to get this tied up.
Yes, and that's all it takes is one more, and you got to keep this a 1-goal game. I mean, I don't want to say as long as possible because we'd like to find the equalizer fast. And then heading into the third period, it's not either team's best period. I mean, Rapid City's -3 in goal differential. The Fuel -4 in goal differential. Rapid City has scored more goals, 9. Indy's only scored 6. So looking at that, I mean, these are not super strong third period teams. That's why both of them have 4 or 5 losses. So really need to find that equalizer fast and then just keep pushing those rebounds and eliminate turnovers. I mean, Coach Duncan Dalmeo in practice has been hounding continuously the value of the puck.
Yes.
And that's exactly where turnovers stem from, is you're not valuing the puck and you're not puck handling it to your fullest of where you should be. And it sounds basic to talk about the value of the puck or go towards simple instructions, but at the same time, the basics of hockey will get you wins.
Yeah.
It's not who can score the fanciest goal, who can get the highlight reel. It's who can play the better game of hockey. And so sometimes you got to go back to the basics of value the puck, eliminate turnovers, and then you can start maybe getting a little more comfortable with the style of play.
Let's take a look at the scoring summary because it's a long one tonight. Matt Hubbard got it started for Rapid City from Poles and Wood at 5:45 the first, and Chaz Smedzrud his first, as well as Hubbard's was his first from Chizowski and Murphy, the goaltender, at 12:02. Owen Robinson cut the deficit to 2-1 with his fourth of the year from Chris Cameron and Kevin Lombardi at 15:06 make that 14:41 of the first. Ryan Chizowski made it a 3-1 Rapid City lead at 17:54. Smedzrud with the assist. In the second period, Ryan Wagner made it 4-1 with his fifth from Wilkie and Van Unen at 13:03. Sahil Panwar cut the deficit to 4-2 with a shot from the high slot from Matt Petgrave and Lee Lapede at 14:26. And then Kevin Lombardi cut the deficit to 4-3 from Will Innes and Jesse Tucker at 16:31 of the second period. Shots are 31-14 in favor of the Fuel. Neither team has had a penalty, so therefore neither team has had a power play in this game. So that's the way we stand through two periods. We'll take a break, come back with the ECHL Plays of the Week right after this. This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
At Abrams Eye Care, our skilled team of ophthalmologists, optometrists, opticians, and professional staff strive to treat our patients with the greatest efficiency, professionalism, and kindness. Each of our 3 Abrams Eye Care locations desire for you to enjoy a lifetime of visual health and wellness. We take pride in our excellent patient satisfaction rating and our reputation as one of the most comprehensive eye care groups in central Indiana since 1950. We are honored to be the official eye doctor for the Indy Fuel and Fisher's Freight. Visit our new Abrams Eye Care location in Carmel.
When you're dealing with a sports injury, getting back out there is the first thing on your mind. We know the feeling. Our sports medicine team cares for thousands of student athletes across central Indiana. In addition to physicians and athletic trainers, you'll have access to experts in physical therapy, imaging, and more. And with convenient locations near you, we help make healing as simple as possible. Learn more at ecommunity.com/sports. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
From across America's premier AA hockey league, this is the ECHL Plays of the Week.
High slot, slap shot, off the glove, and in! Now toward the net, he scores! Slip back out to the blue line, shot, score! Rodney scores! The goal, score! It's rewrite the record book! It's a hat trick. He skates in over the line, Deeks shoots, in the slot, shot, save, game is over!
Here in another edition of the ECHL Plays of the Week. This is voice of the Iowa Heartlanders, David Vine. First off, happy November, happy almost Thanksgiving. We're now firmly in the grasp of another season in the Premier AA Hockey League, and we had some elite plays last week. Let's start things off in the city of Presidents, Rapid City, South Dakota. The Rush, they always turn out on Veterans Appreciation Night, and they scored 5 unanswered to down the Tahoe Night Monsters. Who else but Rush captain Ryan Wagner to come up big in the dub.
Near side diving play by Constantino. The puck is not out just yet. Wilkie now clears the zone to Wagner. 2-on-1. 2-on-1. Wagner right side. He shoots. He scores! What a shift. Defense to offense. The captain salutes the crowd. Holds his stick up in the air after flying by the bench.
Wagner enters this week with a 4-game goal-scoring streak for the first time in his career. Corey Berberian had the call for the Rapid City Rush. The Mean Mariners completed a clean sweep of their rival, the Worcester Railers, in a 3-3 over the weekend. They outscored the Railers 16-3 in the process. Max Andreev, he had a hat trick. Also, Lyndon McCollum, he said, hey man, I can do that too, Saturday in Worcester.
Hangs on to it, McCollum been one-timer, Cronin. McCollum has the hat trick! Right place, right time in the slot as the puck deflected right to him. And not only 3 goals, but all in one period for Linden. It's 5-0 Mariners. Back-to-back games with a Mariners hat trick.
McCollum's 3-goal second period accounted for his first 3 goals of the season. That's one way to do it. That's Michael Keeley, always finding a way to do it on the Mariners Broadcast Network. The Indy Fuel finished off the week with back-to-back wins over the Bloomington Bison. Started off with Ryan Waletti at a shutout, 5-0 win Friday night, and Lee Lapide's a solid two-way player for the Fuel. Got the Fuel off and running with a first-period goal right here.
Up top, Panwar. Feet to the side, the flag, score! Lee Lapide with a deflection goal for the Fuel. They lead it 1-0. The forecheck kept going to work, kept retrieving pucks, and Sahil Panwar took it out high and just fired one toward the goal. Lee Lapide posted up above the crease, redirects it past Tung.
Thanks to Andrew Smith with the call on the Indy Fuel Broadcast Network. We'll stay centrally. The Heartlanders scrapped out, really. I was there. It was a greasy 2-1 win over Toledo on the road Sunday. They got the game-winning goal from Mike Kester. This was their 6th shot of the game. It was enough. Iowa only had 9 shots in the game, and they still beat Toledo in the Glass City. Drives it back to Stenson. Here's a wide-open chance. Johnson, high slot, shoots! And Milan save, rebound! Oh, yeah, they score! Mike Kester, 2-1 Iowa. That rebound sat there for what felt like 10 seconds. Kester slams it in at the right post, and the Heartlanders have their first lead of the game on just their 6th shot. That was my call down there in Toledo. Down south in Savannah, Robert Mastrosimone opened the scoring in a 2-1 win against the Jacksonville Icemen last Wednesday.
Not able to, and they try to re-rack it as Mastrosimone comes in on the right side, looks, dances around one, goes to the front of that, fire shot, he scores! Swinging it around like your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, Robert Mastrosimone, able to dance around a couple, gets to the front of the net, and puts it in to make it 1-0 Savannah.
How about a round of applause? New guy down there on the mic in Savannah, Isaac Basinger, on the call for the Savannah Ghost Pirates Broadcast Network. Down in Atlanta, the Atlanta Gladiators, they're 8-1 thanks to this overtime winner in Savannah on Saturday night.
Walter, a chance, stopped by Gerasimiuk again! Unreal, 25 left. Walters hooked, he dives down. Young, delayed penalty, Mateer shoots, score! And the Gladiators win it in overtime.
That OT winner, just 19.5 seconds left. Call from Guy Chiarenza on the Gladiators Broadcast Network. Let's move back to the middle of the country. The Kansas City Mavericks, they're always rowdy on the school day games. Fittingly, a couple of 22-year-old youngsters linked up for this highlight reel goal.
Ewens tapped it off the near boards. Here comes Janicki in across the line with space. Janicki with a toe drag, backhand pass. McCallum scores! Landon McCallum buries his second goal of the day. Absolutely filthy stuff between him and Justin Janicki. The Mavericks have regained their 3-goal lead. It's 5-2.
Big win for the Mavericks there. They prevailed 5-2 against Idaho on Kids Day. How about this? They got the decibel reader inside Cable Dahmer Arena now. It got up to 106. Kids were loud inside the CBA. Alex Von Koitel bringing the energy with the call on the Mavericks Broadcast Network. The Adirondack Thunder ended a 3-game road trip in Norfolk. They dominated start to finish after a tough OT loss on Saturday. A 6-goal performance, and Chase McLean, he was a highlight, his first professional goal.
Back shot, and that goes just wide. Jimmy Dowd trailing the play, just missed the net. Down low to Loven again. Loven centers, shot, scores! How about this line? It's Chase McLean, and the Thunder back to a 2-goal lead. It's 3-1 with 11:11 to go in the second period.
That was the game winner, and Adirondack picked up 3 points over the weekend against Norfolk, plus that happy bus ride home after winning down in Hampton Roads. That was Rob Lapolis, especially happy with the happy bus ride home on Hits 95.9 and the Thunder Broadcast Network. Big thanks to all the broadcasters for chipping in this week on the ECHL Plays of the Week. Thanksgiving coming up. We're starting to think about turkey. I'm starting to think about hockey this weekend. Have a great rest of your week, and thanks again for tuning in.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 38th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; AthleticNet, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2026 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner; Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider; Prolific One, exclusive secondary ticketing partner; and Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2026 ECHL All-Star Classic. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to FloHockey.tv.
This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
Getting set for the third period here at the Fishers Event Center. The Indy Fuel trail the Rapid City Rush 4-3 through 2. All the other action in the ECHL has gone final because we had 3 day games today. Florida shut out Greenville 5-0. Toledo beat Cincinnati 3-2 in Toledo. Kansas City knocked off Wichita today 5-1. In the American Hockey League, the Rockford Ice Hogs lead the Manitoba Moose 2-1 after a period. Former Fuel player Marcel Marcel with a goal for the Hogs. Also Aiden Thompson with a goal for Rockford. In the National Hockey League, the Blackhawks will face off in just about an hour at home against the Devils. Elsewhere in the NHL, the Rangers lead the Lightning 4-3. That game late in the second period. Oilers lead the Flyers 1-0. They just dropped the puck in the second in Philadelphia. Evan Bouchard with the goal for Edmonton. In addition to the Blackhawks game, one other later game tonight, the Sabres in Utah to take on the Mammoth. So a very short out-of-town scoreboard tonight. Here at the Indy Fuel trail, the Rapid City Rush 4-3. Along with Eva Holman, I'm Andrew Smith. Glad you have joined us this evening. Join us again Friday night when the Fuel will host Indy Sports Night. We'd love to see you here. And if not, we'll have the broadcast for you on FloHockey and our audio stream. 7 o'clock, the puck drops Friday night for the Fuel against Rapid City in Game 2 of this 3-game series. And then Game 3 will be Saturday. It'll be our always popular Wizard Night. Pick your house and
bring
come enjoy
some
hockey.
socks.
And bring some socks. It's our sock toss night as well. So throw some socks on the ice when the Fuel score their first goal on Saturday night.
Always 2 very fun games, especially that we've had just a massive homestand here in the month of November. Can establish, home ice advantage here, and it's something that the Fuel have kind of struggled with in this building, is trying to find their identity, and it's something Coach Duncan Delmayo still has hounded, is you got to find your identity and then just run with it and play with it. So something that we hope to see you here for these weekend games, and if not, we'll be here next weekend as well, all next week.
So the puck is down for the third period. Chase Pauls controls the draw for Rapid City, takes it into his own zone and loses possession. But Smedzrud able to rescue the puck for the Rush and send it out to center, where Nick Grima will rim it back in. Pauls tips it loose in the slot. Panwar bats at it and couldn't get it on frame. Lapide below the goal line into the corner. Trying to shake free of a check with a referee in the way as well. Takes the puck. Sends it up to the point for Petgrave. He holds. Back Lapide redirects it toward goal from below the goal line, but it's turned aside by Murphy. And the Rush will bring it the other way. Smedzrud, the high flip on goal. And Flores leaves it for Nick Grima. Robinson, long diagonal feed, batted away by Bernard, taken back into the zone by Owen Robinson of the Fuel. Lombardi below the goal line, working on Constantino. Rims it up to the left point for Christian Berger. He'll walk the line of the backhand, take it all the way to the right side, and cycle it back in deep. Too far for Tucker, but comes all the way to Cameron along the left wing boards. Behind the goal, Lombardi. Back up to Cameron, left wing boards. Try to backhand one toward the slot, but the only guy there was Blake Bennett of Rapid City, and he'll exit the zone. Here's a shot from along the right wing boards from Wagner that is not on frame. The Fuel will clear it back into the Rapid City end. Xavier Bernard, the former Fort Wayne Comet, gains center red and dumps it in to the left wing corner. Bennett giving chase, as does Berger. Berger will rim it to an open corner. Wagner tried to backhand it further along, but it was poked away from him, and Jordan Martin takes it. Indirect for Moravec. He'll send it in deep, go after it himself. And Bergmanis turns his goal and is able to force it out to center. Picked up there by Holden the Whale, the former Rapid City player, and he'll play it in deep. Murphy rims it around to the far side to Wood. He is able to escape a check. Leave it for Retzlaff, the defenseman, former Wisconsin Badger linebacker. We talked about that earlier in this game. And the Rush end up icing the puck, trying to play it in. So 17:54 to go, 17:52, I should say, to go in the third. 4-3 Rapid City. And talking about Retzlaff and his association playing football at Wisconsin, couple of other names that might sound familiar. Ryan Chizowski, who's got a goal and an assist tonight. His father, Dave, scored 34 goals for the Indianapolis Ice back in the 1996-97 season. His coach, Bob Ferguson, is here tonight, scouting for the Anaheim Ducks. Got a chance to talk to Fergie before the game, one of the great guys in hockey. And so we're back to action. Pauls chips it up the boards, taken away by Lombardi. He takes it to the slot, to the right side. Didn't have a shot. Penalty coming on Rapid City. Goalie's off the extra attacker. Petgrave walking the line. Takes it to the corner, and it's chipped past Pauls, and finally Wood will get the touch, and the Fuel will get the first power play of the night with 17:27 to go in the third, with an opportunity to tie the game.
And this is going to be super key here because the Fuel, when trailing after the second, are 0-4-1. Oh, we have ref mics now?
Yeah, we do have ref mics. That was a development
I missed so much.
Yeah, the development that came with the one game that you missed on Friday night.
I miss a game and we have ref. Hey, I should miss another game and we'll get a monitor up here. There we go. But again, yes, the Fuel are so winless when trailing after the second, so using this power play to their full advantage will be important.
Fuel on the power play, they are 21st in the league, 15.2. They are 2 for their last 11 of the last 2 games. Rapid City 26th in the league on the kill at 69.7%. Their last 4 games, they are at 50%, 6 of 12 on the kill. Fuel bring it across the line. Lombardi tried to give and go with Robinson, a little too far for him, ended up on goal. Tucker plays it up to the point for Moravec. Back power move. Lombardi jams one on goal, but a stick save made by Murphy. Whale over to the right side. Robinson across the seam. A shot from Whale up top, blocked over the net and out of play. 1:20 to go on the power play. 16:47 to go in the third period. The penalty was fighting for hooking at 2:33.
First power play coming in late at the third gives the Fuel an opportunity to get a leg up. We know special teams goals have not been their strongest this year, but coming at such an important time when you're widely having so much pressure on your opponent, this is going to there's still a lot of time left.
Yeah, good opportunity here. If not, even if you don't score, to just continue to build, generate an attack and some momentum. Rapid City clears. Whale will start it up behind his own goal. 1:07 to go on the power play. Whale sidesteps the first forechecker and then hooks it back at his own line to Tucker, and then feeds it ahead. A little too far for Robinson, but Robinson was able to beat out the icing. However, Retzlaff able to find the loose puck and clear it all the way down. Oh, and Flores mishandled that one a little bit and kind of in a dangerous area at the side of his cage, but he was able to settle it down. Lee Lapide will bring it up. Laterally for Panoir through the neutral zone, brings it across the line toward the right wing corner, puts on the brakes, sends it up to the right point, Grima. Left point, in for a backhand score. Sahil Panoir took the feed from Israel's in the slot and scores a power play goal, his second of the night. The Fuel have come all the way back from a 3-1 deficit to tie it at 4.
Tying it up with 15 minutes remaining in the third period. We expected a lot of offense out of Sahil Panoir this season, and like Coach Duncan Dalmayo mentioned in his pregame interview, they were disappointed in themselves. They wanted more. They wanted to find that spark. They found it. They wanted it as bad as anyone else, and Panoir was one of those guys that wanted just more offense, more points than anyone else, and to get on the board for his team to tie it up, amazing.
Israel's in Grima with the assist on Sahil Panoir, second of the game, third of the season at 4:03. So the Fuel were once down 4-1, now have come back to tie the game. And now Joyce brings the puck in offside. So first power play of the game, first power play goal of the game, and Rapid City struggles on the penalty kill continue. So we mentioned now, last 5 games, they're below 50% on the kill. They've allowed 7 power play goals on 13 opportunities. In this case, Panwar just took it to the slot, get the puck to the bumper on the power play, and Jaden Joseph was setting a screen in front. Panwar just took it to the backhand, and
Nick Rima's first point this season.
And so we'll see Rima get back on the score sheet, getting some power play opportunities, quarterbacking that second unit. Fuel back in the zone. Joseph in the right wing corner, working with Moravec. And Wilkie's trying to force it free, as is Bernard. Now another rush player comes in. It was Constantino, and he's the guy who comes out of that now 5-man battle with the puck. Bernard, high flip to center. Grabbed by Wilkie across the line. Bennett puts on the brakes to the outside of the circle. Feeds Wagner. His shot blocked. Wagner gets it back below the goal line. Moravec tries to cut him off. Rink-wide feed to an open wing. Van Unen gets to it. He'll shovel it in behind the goal. Wagner gets to it, sends it up to the point. Constantino fires, but it's blocked in front and one-handed out of the zone by Dustin Mance. Constantino back in his own end. He'll wheel back and feed it up the right side, looking for Davis. Poked away from him by Tucker. Recollected by the rush. Van Unen will bank one in wide of the cage. They'll set up the forecheck as Whale sends it out to center. Lombardi backhands it into the left wing corner in the Rapid City, and Ratzlaff gets to it, able to move it up the boards out to center. Chizowski 2-on-2 with Davis across the line. Fans out to the left side. Chizowski along the goal line, centers, but it was behind its intended target, Smedzrud, and the puck comes into the right wing corner. Whale and Petgrave, or make that Lombardi trying to dig it free. Lombardi does and rims it around. Tucker stabs at it along the left wing boards, but can't get it through Smith. Sahil Panwar for the Fuel, trying to work it free from that battle, as is Tucker. And the Fuel come out of there briefly with possession. Holden Whale in the corner tries to chip it up the board, somehow finds Jesse Tucker, and he'll execute a high flip to the Rapid City line to allow the Fuel to get a change. 13:20 to go, third period. We're tied at 4. Indy with the last 3 goals in this game from Panwar twice and Lombardi. Here's Smith through center. Up the right side, Wood across the line. Sends one in front, a little too far, out in front of Smith on the give and go. And the left wing corner, Smith battling Cameron. Rapid City with a little bit of a push here. Something we haven't seen from them in a while. Panwar delivers a hit. Cameron behind his own goal for Berger, trying to relieve the pressure. Sends it up the boards, out to center. Panwar curls back away from Wood's check at his own line. Chris Cameron headmans it into the Rapid City zone. It ramps off a Constantino's stick into the corner, but he has no pressure. He'll rim it out to center. Nick Rima along the near boards at his own line. Trying to stab through Hubbard. Couldn't. Marcusan takes the puck. Wins a battle with Hubbard and feeds it up into the right wing corner. Chips it behind the net. Constantino takes it there for Rapid City with 12:20 to go. Had a lot of long stretches of continuous play. The Rush clear the puck all the way down, and this will end that stretch of continuous play. I gave it the announcer's jinx there with 12:14 to go in the third. The Fuel only, there's only been one shot on goal this period, and that's the goal by Sahil Panwar for either team.
Yes, and despite really no clear abundance of shots on goal, there just has been a ton of pressure. A lot of pressure here on the boards, a lot of playing at the boards, trying to get rebounds in and trying to just aim a little wider, but nothing to materialize yet.
Rush flip it to the Fuel line. The Fuel send it right back in. Here's Bergmanis. Gains center red, and he'll wrist it in through both corners. Wood will feed it back around the carousel. Connor Joyce gets there, takes a hit from Bergmanis, and it comes back behind the Fuel net where Matt Petgrave gets to it. Trying to headman it to center, but that ramped off of Carter Wilkie's stick and ended up going out of play. So we'll have a whistle with 11:47 to go in the third period. Indy 4, Rapid City 4. This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
When you're dealing with a sports injury, getting back out there is the first thing on your mind. We know the feeling. Our sports medicine team cares for thousands of student athletes across central Indiana. In addition to physicians and athletic trainers, you'll have access to experts in physical therapy, imaging, and more. And with convenient locations near you, we help make healing as simple as possible. Learn more at ecommunity.com/sports. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
At Abrams Eye Care, our skilled team of ophthalmologists, optometrists, opticians, and professional staff strive to treat our patients with the greatest efficiency, professionalism, and kindness. Each of our 3 Abrams Eye Care locations desire for you to enjoy a lifetime of visual health and wellness. We take pride in our excellent patient satisfaction rating and our reputation as one of the most comprehensive eye care groups in central Indiana since 1950. We are honored to be the official eye doctor for the Indy Fuel and Fisher's Freight. Visit our new Abrams Eye Care location in Carmel.
Don't miss a second of the action. This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
11:47 to go in period number 3. The Indy Fuel and Rapid City Rush tied at 4, along with Eva Holman. I'm Andrew Smith. First of 3 between these two teams this week, all of which will be at the Fishers Event Center. Friday night, Indy Sports Night. Saturday night, Wizard Night. Get your tickets.
And bring your socks.
And bring your socks on Saturday to throw them on the ice when the Fuel score their first goal. Here's a shot from the point. Stick save made by Flores on the shot from Bergmanis. He has it again, tees up a one-timer and got out the pitching wedge, put it over the net. Moravec through center, tries to find Martin. Martin got on his horse, got around Ratzlaff, and was able to one-hand one on goal. Murphy makes the stop, and then Martin on the follow-through ended up taking the net, knocking off its pegs. Well, Jordan Martin is usually pure hustle, and he made a scoring chance just out of pure hustle. Went around the D and sent one in on goal, and forced Murphy to make a really difficult save.
Mm-hmm. And that's those things, is continuous pressure and not letting Murphy expect what play you're doing. And that was just, like you mentioned, Jordan Martin, so much hustle. And in addition to his hustle, he's got a lot of energy and just being able to go up to the net full force. And you never know what chances may come, and you never know what Murphy is looking out for or not.
They have not given him the credit for the shot on goal yet. That's got to be a shot. So that would be the 33rd shot for the game, but just the second this period for the Fuel.
Oh.
Now Martin's going to be tossed out of the circle by Will Anderson, the linesman.
Not liking that.
And Rapid City wins the draw. Comes out to center, where Wagner brings it in, but the Fuel able to clear the zone. Smith takes it at center red, drops it back off to his own line to Pauls, and now Smith. These guys both played for Bloomington last season. Puck rimmed in. Forrest will slow it down for Cameron along the near boards. Smith soccers it down the boards, but again, the Fuel able to clear. Robinson tries to backhand a bouncing puck into the Rapid City end and couldn't get much on it. Pauls takes it. He has it along the far boards. Long, rink-wide feed through the neutral zone. Wagner, high flip toward the slot. Wilkie tracks it down to the corner, feeds Bennett, tries to curl and drag, and Chris Cameron got the stick in the way of that and blocked it out of play. And Cameron sacrificed his twig for that because it's in 2 pieces. But we have a whistle, so he'll go to the bench and hand his stick to Luke Flincham and get a new, we'd say piece of wood, but it's more a piece of composite now. And Hubbard will take the draw against Tucker. And the puck loose in the circle. Nobody can find it. Tucker's trying to. It finally rolls free to Holden Whale, and he headmans it to Lombardi to exit the zone. Lombardi feeds it into the right wing corner, comes off the inboards to Bernard for Rapid City. Fighton tried to send it out to center. It indirectly got there, and then Ennis takes it for the Fuel. Tucker ran into Bernard, lost the puck at the Rapid City line. Puck one-handed to Hubbard. He gets around to check. Up the right side, shoots, and a blocker save made by Forrest. That's the first save Forrest has had to make in about an hour of real time. And he had to make a good one as Hubbard went right around to check and had a really good look from the right wing circle. Constantino ahead for Wood, and he ended up sending it wide of the cage. The Fuel gained possession, clear it back to the Rapid City line. And the puck back into the rush in. Van Unen out to center. Knocked out of the air by Sahil Panwar, but not with a high stick. Israels was able to settle it down for Indy. Holden Whale gains center red, and he'll scale one in, rides the dasher all the way around past the goaltender. Then hopped over Panwar, stick along the boards, and now Rapid City on the rush the other way. Davis across the line. Forced to put on the brakes by Petgrave. Chips it behind the goal. Lapide absorbs a check. He and Panwar trying to force it free, as are Grima and a couple of Rapid City players. Chizowski is in there, and Chizowski just dumped Panwar. Meanwhile, Lapide comes out of there with a puck and is able to work it as far as center. Harrison Israels got it there in front of his bench and then took a huge hit, but was able to send it into the Rapid City end. Petgrave toe picks as he was trying to keep the play alive along the boards, and now Marcuson and Joseph keep it alive again, but the rush clear all the way down. Icing is waved off as Flores will rim it around out to center. Joyce gains the red line. Cross corner dump into the right wing corner for Jaden Joseph. 8:44 to go in the third. Tied at 4. Joyce in the left wing corner. Nice poke check by Smith as he was trying to take it. And now here comes Bennett through center, 2-on-2 with Hubbard. Bennett toward Hubbard, a little too far for him. Goes all the way in on goal. Stopped by the goaltender Owen Flores, and he'll cover for a whistle with 8:32 to go in the third period of a 4-4 game.
And one of the Rapid City players and their coach are kind of protesting a penalty right now because they are saying that Connor Joyce high-sticked him. I kind of saw it a little happen right at the bench when Connor Joyce had the puck, bring it up. His stick did get lifted, and it did look like it hit him in the face. Obviously, I mean, I can't tell if there's blood on this towel that he has on his nose right now, but it kind of looked like it could have been a high stick, but at the same time, you know, kind of happened so fast, I don't think the rest were looking at that.
Dave Smith has said his piece. He is in his first year in Rapid City. He spent the last 20 years coaching in college at Cornell and most recently RPI, or excuse me, Canisius, not Cornell, and RPI. Both in upstate New York, Canisius and Buffalo. RPI, obviously, the Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. Got a couple of his former players and a lot of his former opponents on this Rapid City team. Fuel win the defensive zone draw. Berger banks it out to center and was looking for Moravec. It was behind him. Goes all the way down into the corner. Moravec giving chase. Jordan Martin trying to work it free. Comes up to the point to Berger. He settles. Shoots it wide. Moravec takes it off the bottom of the cage. Brings it out the right side. Back diagonal. Berger. Catch release on goal. And a save made by the goaltender Murphy, and he'll gobble it up for a whistle with 8:09 to go in period number 3.
Again, great pressure there by the field, not letting these little things, little slip-ups, little errors get in their way. Still, it's 8 minutes left. It's a tied game. You're still widely out-shooting Rapid City 33-16. So, again, historically, the field so far this season, when out-shooting their opponents, they are 3-1-1, so has been a likely factor for them to outshoot their opponents so far this season.
Face off in the left wing circle in the Fuel's attacking zone. Owen Robinson will take it after Tucker was tossed out of the circle, and is controlled by Rapid City's Billy Constantino. Headmans it through center, fighting, redirected it, banked off of a Fuel defenseman, and now Owen Robinson will pick it up. Rapid City was offside. Robinson chips it to the line, and I think ended up chipping it out of play. So we'll have a face-off at the Rapid City line. Rapid City's calling for a delay of game, saying that that chip came from the, well, now the face-off's coming back into the Rapid City end. I'm wondering if they maybe called an intentional offside here. That's what Rapid City is protesting. They're doing a lot of protesting. Seth Fighton. That's a last name that you've heard a lot because his brothers Andrew and Austin have both played in the ECHL. He's one of 5 siblings that has played hockey. He is barking at the linesman. So the Fuel at the attacking zone draw, and I'm not sure anybody understands why, but he'll take it.
We'll use it.
Jesse Tucker to take the face-off against Davis. Tucker wins it. Petgrave with it along the blue line. His shot is blocked over the back glass and out of play. So Another attacking zone draw. We were talking about Brett Davis, the alternate captain, native of Oak Bank, Manitoba, but like Ryan Chizowski, he's got a little connection to the Circle City. His uncle, Kelly Davis, was a member of the Checkers for 4 years from 1979 to 83. Won 2 championships in the old Central Hockey League, the Adams Cup titles. 83 teams, one of the best teams ever assembled in this city, with Kelly Rudy in goal and Garth McGuigan and Red Lawrence. And yeah, Kelly Davis was a key part of that, and his nephew. Wearing number 82, probably not for the year that the Checkers won their first title for Rapid City. He has the puck in front of the Fuel bench as we're back to action, and then loses it as spiked away from him. Petgrave to Grima, he'll gain center red and hammer it in through both corners all the way. Panwar shoots right on from along the left wing boards, and it's gobbled up by Connor Murphy, and he'll hold for another whistle. 7:15 to go. Still tied at 4. Rapid City led it once 4-1, led it 3-1 after a period on goals by Hubbard, Smedzrud, Chizowski. Owen Robinson had a first period goal for Indy. Wagner made it 4-1, but then Panwar and Lombardi cut the deficit to 1 at the end of the second, and then Sahil Panwar's power play goal has knotted it up here in the third. Rush control the defensive zone draw. Fighton chips it up the boards. Lapide steps up on Bennett. It comes back for Bergmanis behind his own goal. Looks the headman through the neutrals and hits. Wagner in the skate taken by Panwar. Back into the zone. Drops it for Lapide. He'll bring it down the left wing boards. Try to shake free of a check. Takes the puck back. Up to the point. Ennis shoots just wide. Panwar tried to flip it from below the goal line. It came back to him. Now here's Israel's left circle. Turning to the forehand. Surveys his options. Tried to feed it low for Lapide, but that was taken away by Retzlaff. Taken back by Lapide. His shot blocked by Bergmanis. Panwar takes it back again along the left wing boards. On the backhand, up toward the point. Hands it off to Holden the Whales. Come off the bench. To Lapide behind the goal. Working on Bergmanis. Jaden Joseph takes it as he's come off the bench as well. Indy changing out man by man. Joseph behind the goal. Trying to track a rolling puck down to the right wing corner with Retzlaff on him. Retzlaff able to take the puck out of that battle and squirt it ahead to Wagner. Out to center. Bennett with Wagner. And we've got a whistle and a slashing call coming, and the Fuel are going to be shorthanded. So Rapid City will get its first power play of the game. You had a feeling after the Fuel got a power play goal that we were going to have a penalty, and it's Michael Marcusan for holding.
And for the Fuel, 5-on-5, they've played their best hockey in it. Special teams, however, they have their incorrect. They are 21st in the league for overall penalty kill at 75.8%. Rapid City, though, not super strong on road power play, just 26% overall, 26 in lead at 10.3%. Only 3 power play goals for Rapid City.
They did get one in their last game against Tahoe. And now here's a one-timer fouled off by Chizowski right off the faceoff. And they'll rim it around. Wood has it at the left point, brings it down the boards. Davis back up to Bernard over the far side. Chizowski didn't handle the pass cleanly, and Cameron clears. Pass was behind him, came right to Chris Cameron. He clears. Yeah, this Rapid City team, they have struggled a lot on the power play. The Fuel's PK has gotten better here of late. Last 6 games, they've killed off 17 of 20. That's 85%. Bernard retreats back behind his own goal with a minute 23 to go on the power play. Up the left side, Davis. And he tries a self-pass into the left wing corner. Chips it behind the goal. Petgrave first one there, but he can't get it out of the zone. Bernard holds it in to the left circle. Plays pitch and catch with Davis. Over to the right side, Chizowski. Across the box, Davis takes it off the sideboards. Up top, Bernard, one-timer blocked by Petgrave. Didn't know where it was. They shoot from the bottom of the right wing circle. Flores way out of his crease, makes an aggressive save and pounces on it to get a whistle at 59 seconds to go on the power play. Chizowski almost had a look what I found goal, but had a bouncing pocket, just couldn't quite get much on it. And Flores comes out really square to the shooter to make the stop.
If that wasn't a bouncing puck, he would have had a really good opportunity there on Flores, especially there on the left side of the cage, but really great move there by Flores, and now the Fuel just cleared the puck.
Chazowski's got a goal and an assist tonight. He has been one of the best players on the ice. He probably has been Rapid City's best player. Fuel clear off the draw. Constantino back to the very dangerous Wagner. Up the right side, Wilkie. Skates through Ennis's check into the right wing corner. Tries to chip it past Cameron and then loses possession to Jordan Martin. He'll clear. Half a minute to go on the Rapid City power play. 4:33 remains in the third. Murphy is an aggressive goaltender. He headmaned it to Smedzrud, but he couldn't quite corral the puck, and Rapid City was changing as well. The Fuel just ragging time. Here's Joseph across the line, short-handed. Cuts to the right side, cuts to the goal, shoots, and the save made by Murphy. He looked behind him, and
where's the puck?
He didn't know where the puck was. I think it was loose in the crease because the referee never blew the whistle, and finally he did. But boy, that was a chance there for Jaden Joseph coming up the right side. And very similar to the goal that Smedzrud scored earlier in the game, where he just throws a wrist shot on net and it trickles through the 5-hole, fortunately for Murphy, that did not cross the line.
And the thing about that play is that was a relatively slow play. Like, Jaden Joseph did not have any rush or hurry. He was just ragging time. And with that, I mean, sometimes those slower plays can kind of get you because they're taking their time.
8 seconds to go on the power play as Pauls brings it up through center. He'll wrist it in. Davis along the left wing boards. Back behind the goal as we're back to 5 aside. Marcusan's out of the box as Lapide gained possession, but he had no play. So Marcusan will head to the bench. Lapide below the goal line. Chips it into the left wing corner. Panoir picks it up there. Working on Pauls. Panoir trying to shake free of that check. And the puck comes free to Israels. He shoots and misses the target from the left wing circle. Davis collects. Ahead to Fighton. He'll bring it across the line. Offside. Whistle stops play with 3:37 to go in the third period. Indy 4, Rapid City 4. Back with the exciting conclusion right after this. This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
Fuel fans, don't let plumbing problems freeze you out this winter. Control Tech has been your trusted home comfort team for more than 40 years, offering heating, cooling, and plumbing solutions. Right now, get $50 off any plumbing service when you mention the Indy Fuel. Call Control Tech at 317-873-3737 today and reboot your home comfort.
Dr. David Moody and Dr. Kevin Boyd with Gallagher Chiropractic Group are the official chiropractors for the Indy Fuel. With multiple professionals and decades of experience, we are able to offer a level of expertise and knowledge that is world class. Our office provides chiropractic, nutrition, decompression therapy, and massage therapy. To schedule an appointment, contact us today by phone or text at 317-571-1480 or GallagherChiroGroup.com.
This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
3:37 to go, third period. Indy 4, Rapid City 4. The Fuel looking to complete a comeback from 3 goals down as the Rush led it 2-0 and then 4-1. And Sahil Panwar started it. Kevin Lombardi continued it 2 minutes and 5 seconds later, late in the second period. And then Panwar's power play goal here in the third has knotted it up. Harrison Israels to take the face-off. Outside his own line.
Oh.
And now we got a whistle, and it looks like somebody encroached. The Israel's going to be tossed out of the circle. I mentioned the last time these two teams played was 2021. They played 6 games that year, 4 in Rapid City, 2 here. The last game here was, of course, down at the Indiana Farmers Coliseum as the Rush dump it in, and it comes into the crease, but Will Ennis rescues it and then throws it into the bench, so we'll have a whistle. But the last game was February 6, 2021. The Fuel won 6-3. Peter Krieger had a goal and 3 assists. Nick Pirog had 2 goals, and Matthew Thompson a goal and 2 assists in that game for the Fuel.
And looking in some later games, January 17th, 2020, Rapid City won 5-3, but it was interesting. Jalen Smerrick had an assist and an unsportsmanlike conduct. So someone we've seen time and time again play for different teams.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Jalen Smerrick over the years with different teams now with Fort Wayne, Cincinnati, Toledo. He's kind of made a tour of the division.
But not here.
The Fuel play it into the Rapid City end, and it's taken there by Constantino of the Rush. Sidesteps a check at center, feeds Bennett. Puck hopped over his stick and then left it for Constantino, and that made the play offside. It's been a tentative third period. Even though each team has a power play, the Fuel with just 4 shots and Rapid City with 3 in this frame.
Back on the history of these two teams, they've only played 9 games against each other, and 4 of them have been shutouts. On January 27, 2017, Indy shut out Rapid City 2-0, and Hildebrand got the shutout.
Right.
So
Jake Hildebrand. Hildy has always been a fan favorite here. Rush win the draw at neutral ice. Dump it in. Flores moves it to Berger. Up the boards. Lombardi to Jesse Tucker out to center. Up to the Rapid City line. Robinson, while being checked, forces it into the right wing corner. Ryan Chizowski grabs it there. Leaves it for Mitchell Smith. 2:40 to go. We're tied at 4. Here comes Chase Pauls. High flip into the left wing corner in the Fuel end. Chris Cameron looks over his shoulder, finds the puck along the end boards, and is able to work it out to Dustin Mans. He'll execute a high flip into the Rapid City end where Constantino will go back and get it. Mans in on the forecheck. Trying to rake it out of Constantino's skates and forces a turnover. Here's a feed in front. Jordan Martin with a one-timer, and that's shut down by Murphy. What a chance off the Fuel's forecheck. And Jordan Martin with a great look from point-blank range. So yeah, Murphy is a big reason why this game's not about 8-4 right now. He has been fantastic, even though he's allowed 4 goals. Made 32 saves on the night. Here is Smedzrud through center, dumps it into the Fuel end, and icing is called. Boy, Rapid City's not going to like that call, as Wood and Petgrave were skating stride for stride. But it is an icing call, and the Fuel have an attacking zone draw with 1:49 to go in regulation.
yes, not too much time left, but still the Fuel putting a lot of pressure on Murphy. Could get a sneaky end of third period goal in. Like I mentioned, both of these teams, not big third period goal kind of teams, not really big comeback teams. However, at the same time, there's such a high compete level right now, and like you mentioned, Murphy's just standing on his head. I mean, 36 shots is just insane.
Rapid City wins the defensive zone draw. Bernard sends it all the way down the ice, but it's on goal, so no icing. Will Ennis takes the handoff from Owen Flores ahead to Moravec. He'll skate it out to center. Send it up the left side to Dustin Mans, who will wind it in. 1:33 remains. 4-4 our score. Paul's behind his own net. Up the left side, Smith. He'll send it forward, redirected into the Fuel zone by Fighton. Ennis behind his own net, absorbs a check but stays on the puck. Try to feed it ahead to Joyce, and he was able to work it out to center. Smith one-hands it to his D partner, Paul's at his own line. 1:11 to go. Smith back to Paul, starts the breakout. Headman's through center, redirected into the Fuel zone by Wagner. Forrest will stop it behind his own net, hand it off to Berger, and Berger a little bit of a dangerous pass to Markusan in front of his own net, and then the Fuel ice the puck, trying to play it out of the zone. So an attacking zone face-off coming for Rapid City with 55.7 seconds to go. And one thing I thought, especially after the Fuel tied this game up, if fatigue might be an issue, because Rapid City is only playing with 16 skaters and 3 forward lines tonight, but they've been really solid. It's almost like they've gotten better as the game has gone on.
They've gotten really strong, especially on, closing in those gaps, trying to thwart the long passes that the Fuel are doing.
Rapid City controls the attacking zone draw. Bernard has it to the point, shoots right into Nitro's head on Owen Flores' sweater, and he'll gobble it up to get a whistle with 50.1 seconds remaining.
It's getting time there where you start to think of, obviously, end of regulation, but still there's a lot of hockey left. And I know 50 seconds may not seem a lot, but the Fuel have had a history of this season of allowing sneaky late period goals, and that's definitely not what you want out of today. You would love a point or two out of this game, especially when you've been outplaying them.
Yeah, biggest thing is trying to secure the point here. Bernard behind the goal to Bennett. They've got their big guns out there. Put it out in front, but it was deflected away by Jesse Tucker, who was in the right spot. Played back to the Rapid City line. Bernard will chip it all the way down. This should be icing, and they wave it off. They say Nick Grima took the milk truck run to pick it up. 30 seconds to go. Grima behind his own net. Wilkie watching him on the forecheck. Grima still slowly working on the breakout. Rapid City offering no pressure. Headman's to Tucker through the neutral zone. Across the line. Shoot, stick save. Murphy left a rebound, but it was cleared out of harm's way by Smith. Grima at his own line with 12 seconds. Settling it down, D to Petgrave with 8. He'll gain center red and feed it in. He scores!
Oh
he scores! They wave it off.
What?
They wave it off. He banked it in. It ends up in the net, but I think it hit the curved glass on the side. Petgrave went to bank it in. Let's get the explanation here. Well, if we can hear it.
Oh.
Well, we couldn't hear.
He said no goal on the ice.
He said no goal on the ice, but he didn't give the explanation. So let's see here. The Fuel were not offside. I think what he's ruling is the puck hit the curved glass on the Rapid City bench and banked in. The goaltender went out to play the puck on the dump in, and it banked in, but if it hit the curved glass, it's out of play. And that's what they ruled. So, well, the Fuel thought they had a gimme. Instead, we're going to go to overtime as the horn sounds after the neutral zone draw. The crowd telling the officials what they think, but we're going to overtime. And again, the referee's mic was on, but it was so loud in here that we could not hear what he said other than no goal on the ice. It would have been nice if we could have gotten the explanation, but I'm pretty positive it's because the puck hit the curved glass. And because of that, the curved glass, that Pacioretty piece, if you will, that exists at the corner of the bench to make sure that a player doesn't accidentally get checked into that like Zdeno Chara did to Max Pacioretty many years ago. And, obviously eliminating that right angle on the ice, but sometimes you get that weird bounce like happened there. So no goal. We head to overtime. Shots on goal in the third period. 6 for Indy for a total of 37. 4 for Rapid City for a total of 18.
Well, let's hope we can get that one back, shall we? Obviously, for the Fuel, they've only had one time in overtime, and they did lose that against Cincinnati. Again, that was their big comeback that they had, pretty similar to tonight. But we're really going to have to lock it in, get that goal. And I'm really liking the guys we have out right now, Grima, Robinson, and Tucker, guys that we've seen some action from all here tonight.
You mentioned the Fuel 0 for 1 in overtime. Rapid City is 2-1 in overtime. Carter Wilkie and Blake Bennett have the goals. Wilkie and Wagner and Constantino out there for Rapid City, and they control the draw. Robinson, Tucker, and Grima, the trio on the ice for the Fuel. Each team gets a point. We flip sides, so it's the long change period. Rapid City attacking from left to right. 7 minutes on the board, and we play until either then or until somebody scores. Wagner through center, lost possession to Tucker, and Nick Grima will take the puck with Wagner aggressively forechecking. Grima eludes him to Tucker. He'll bring it across the line 2-on-2. Grima heads off for a change and then loses possession. Wagner punched it forward. Matt Petgrave will pick it up in his own end. 6:20 to go. Petgrave through center, up the left side. Robinson brings it into the zone. Forced wide by Constantino. Robinson turns, fires, rising shot over the net. Rebound taken by Lee Lapide. He'll play it out to center to Owen Robinson to maintain possession. We've played 55 seconds overtime. Ahead to Petgrave across the line. Waits for reinforcements. Petgrave in front. Score! The Fuel win! Lee Lapide bats the pass out of midair. Past Murphy. And the Fuel come all the way back from 3 goals down to win it 5-4. Thanks to some incredible hand-eye coordination by Lee Lapide at the net front. The Fuel victorious in overtime to open this series.
And you also need to give insane credit to Owen Flores there, who came into the game starting in the second period, was able to stand on his head at times and obviously keep this then just a field goal game, keep Rapid City from scoring any more goals. And then now the comeback, absolutely incredible. Lee Lapide, someone that we expected a lot of high power. Him and Panwar, like Coach Young Dalmeo mentioned, we knew we wanted more from them, and that is what they gave us. So an exceptional win to start off the 3-game week.
So the Indy Fuel victorious 5-4 as Lee Lapide scores the overtime winner. That is his 3rd goal of the season and gives him a 2-point night. Matt Petgrave with 2 primary assists. And he just brought it up the left side, waited for somebody to come down the middle. Lapide drove the middle lane. Petgrave threw an aerial pass his way, and Lapide batted it out of midair, the stick at waist height, and Murphy had no chance at it. The Fuel rally from a 4-1 deficit to win at 5-4 in overtime tonight.
Absolutely fantastic.
So Robinson and got the 2nd assist, Petgrave the 1st.
All 3 working multi-point nights, correct?
I believe that is the case. Yeah, Robinson had a goal and an assist. Petgrave 2 assists. Lapide a goal and an assist. And the Fuel win at 5-4, their first overtime win, and now they've won 3 in a row. And 4 of their last 5. And tonight, a thrilling one. And you felt like, Eva, the Fuel were dominating this game in terms of zone time, in terms of pressure, in terms of chances. You had a feeling that they had a comeback in them.
Yes.
It was just a matter of could they solve Murphy, who was fantastic tonight. And they finally were able to break him down at the end of the 2nd period. You kind of felt like you got it to a 1-goal game. And they did by the end of the 2nd period. The Fuel were in good shape, and they end up winning it tonight 5-4 in overtime.
And that's the comeback we've kind of been waiting for the Fuel, and also all of their arm power and their offensive drive just to really come out and come to play today. Still scoring 5 goals now. Oh, I think we're about to get to our Bassett Services 3 stars of the game. But again, scoring 5 goals, and now we scored, 13 goals in 3 games? Incredible for this team that was struggling with offense at the beginning. Yeah,
and really since that Cincinnati game, they have been able to find their offense, even though they lost that game 5-4. They came back and won 2 out of 3 the following weekend on the road trip, but then obviously 2 on Wednesday against Bloomington. That was a loss, but 5, 3, and 5 since. And tonight, with their backs to the wall, down 4-1 in the latter half of the 2nd period, they come back and win it 5-4.
I think it is time.
And we're finally going to get the announcement of the Bassett Services 3 stars. And so tonight's number 3 star, he had a goal and an assist tonight, Kevin Lombardi.
Well deserved.
Tonight's number 2 star, 2 goals, Sahil Panwar. And the number 1 star with a goal and an assist in the game winner, Lee Lapide. And I'm going to give a 3A star to Matt Petgrave as well. Mm-hmm. He had 2 assists, but the game he had in the defensive zone, especially recovering from that turnover that led to the goal by Chizowski early, Matt Petgrave won't be one of the Bassett Services 3 stars, but I'll give him 3A tonight. Lee Lapide is a nice level with Taylor Torwetzo.
Congratulations on the win. You had the game-winning goal and that 1 assist tonight. Crazy win in overtime. What was working?
We're starting to find our game. I think a little bit of a slow start. I think we picked it up. We worked hard. We did the right things. This is what happened.
Yes, well, I'm just saying, you're going to compete against them 2 more times this week. What are you going to do to prepare for that?
Just stick to our habits, work hard at practice, and fix our mentality in terms of what we can start games, and we'll be just fine.
Oh, yes. All right, it's 317 tonight. What do you got to say to the fans that made it out here?
We love the support. Thank you very much.
Yeah, congratulations.
Lee Lapede with Taylor Torwoodzo ringside as the Indy Fuel win it.
Victorious.
5-4 over the Rapid City Rush in overtime tonight. We'll take a break and come back with a happy recap right after this. This is Indy Fuel Hockey.
Fuel fans, don't let plumbing problems freeze you out this winter. Control Tech has been your trusted home comfort team for more than 40 years, offering heating, cooling, and plumbing solutions. Right now, get $50 off any plumbing service when you mention the Indy Fuel. Call Control Tech at 317-873-3737 today and reboot your home comfort.
When you're dealing with a sports injury, getting back out there is the first thing on your mind. We know the feeling. Our sports medicine team cares for thousands of student athletes across central Indiana. In addition to physicians and athletic trainers, you'll have access to experts in physical therapy, imaging, and more. And with convenient locations near you, we help make healing as simple as possible. Learn more at ecommunity.com/sports. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Now back for more Indy Fuel Hockey.
The Indy Fuel victorious tonight by a count of 5-4 over the Rapid City Rush. In overtime, the Fuel rally from 3 goals down to win it. And with that win, they move into a second-place tie with the Iowa Heartlanders in the Central Division. Obviously, probably a little early to be standings watching, but after the rough start the Fuel had, they have now won 4 of their last 5 games. They've won 3 in a row, and really it just feels like things are starting to come together for them. But tonight it was one of those wins that if you are standings watching in March and April and you're on the right side of that bubble, this is one of those games that you look back on, because this is the type of game that can really send a team onto a positive streak, because they were playing well. They were behind 4-1, and that's a game that can go very sideways on you very quickly. Guys can start getting frustrated, and instead they just kind of kept saying, all right, look, we haven't gotten breaks. We've made some mistakes. All we got to do is get one. And then all we got to do is get one more. And then suddenly all we got to do is get one more, and they got the early third period power play, cashed in on it. Then it's a new hockey game, and then get it to overtime. And what a play by Lee Lapede.
Yes.
That was some incredible hand-eye coordination. I have to ask him if he played baseball, because that looked like him trying to bunt a fastball that was thrown to him by Matt Petgrave toward the goal, and Lapede just at waist height out of midair held a stick up and redirected it into the net to give the Fuel this 5-4 victory. And even what a win by this team, and just sticking with it even when when things weren't going well. They were still outplaying Rapid City, and you felt like the tables would turn, and they eventually did.
Absolutely, and like I mentioned earlier, scoring 13 goals in a span of 3 games where you're outscoring, outshooting your opponents, all 3 of them, for a team that was really struggling to score at the beginning of the season. It's really nice to have this 180 of, we have found our rhythm, we have found our groove. Obviously, this could have been a much different game if we took away the first period, but at the same time, Mitchell Weeks still will have to come a time where he gets comfortable again. He needs to get more reps and continue to see the puck, face the puck, get more games played. So that's something we still need to see from him to get more comfortable, because we cannot put everything obviously on Flores and Willette as well. But really liking what I'm seeing here today, and our stars kept shining. I mean, not only did Panama have a 2-point game, but Lombardi extends his point streak to 6 games. And Tucker now has a 4-game point streak, and Robinson's, on the brink of having something cooking there, and just everyone is just getting points on the board. They are making thoughtful plays, and I think that's something, the hockey IQ is just so important, and I think they're really reading the plays and seeing the puck a lot better than they were at the start.
Well, that goal was Lee Lapede's 101st ECHL point. His 100th came on the second assist on the Panwar goal that made it 4-2. And it's just an impressive job. And we talked to Duncan Del Mayo before the game about putting that line together of Lapid, Panwar, and Harrison Israels, and those guys have been really good in the 3 games that they've been together. And Duncan said, hey, that's 3 centers that are all playing. And one thing about centers is usually in the center position you have to be more defensively responsible. So those guys, and none of the 3, I think, was really playing as well as they would have liked early in the year, but those guys have been outstanding, and they have really carried the team, as well as that Lombardi, Tucker, and Robinson line that also got put together at the same time now 3 games ago, and they've been 3-0 ever since that top 6 has been put together, and those 2 lines have driven a lot of it.
And with that, we saw Petgrave and Cameron still be split, and that continues to work. That continues to be effective because you're spreading the wealth. You have 2 really strong, almost veteran-like defensive players, and when you're able to split it up, and especially Grima, who's newer to pro, and obviously, Berger as well. I mean, Berger, he spent some time in Maine last year, but for the most part,